What is going on, everybody? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. We are talking X-Men 1 tonight. X-Men the movie, like the original film tonight for the movie review crew, which, man, I really have a hard time saying that fast. I've been working on that and it's just not working out. All right, so before I start talking about X-Men by myself, I of course have an awesome, outstanding crew with me as usual. Plus we have a special guest. So yeah, let's start to bring them in here. I'm going to start with my man, Alan. Alan, my dude. I'm cracking up looking in the backgrounds.
These out, man. This is like the perfect occasion for this.
Absolutely, man. I love it. I was looking down like, what's this guy got on right now? Great stuff, man. Thanks for joining us again for another fun movie review. Let's see. We'll bring in the next one here. My girl, Hailey. Hailey.
Hey. I died as soon as I saw Alan come up on that.
Hailey, where are your sunglasses?
I know. I didn't get the memo. What
you didn't
is
get
this? Alan, why didn't you coordinate with me?
Oh, shoot, forgot.
You told her about the black shirt, but then nothing with the sunglasses. What the heck? Man, oh man. What's going on, Hailey? How you been?
I'm doing great. Excited to chat X-Men.
Yes. You were the spark to this, so that's I'm pumped to hear your thoughts here. So we'll get into it. Of course, we got the X-Men expert, right, Alan? See,
yeah,
we're trying to see how many times we can add the X in there. My man Jason, aka Claiming Comics. What's up, Jason?
Yo, this guy Alan got the freaking the cop sunglasses, the cycle sunglasses on. You know what I'm talking about?
There you go.
There you go.
That was perfect though. Yeah, how you guys doing, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. What you got there in your hand there?
Oh, I got a little friend here, Hennessy, to help me
nice.
power through
Nice.
through this shitty movie review.
Very nice. Whoa, spoilers.
Man.
All right, so before we get started, we do have our special guest, and I'm really excited to have her as a guest here because she has been, let me just say this, so we've been doing this, this is like our third episode, I think, right, that we've done this, or maybe fourth, or this is our fourth.
Did we do that many? No, we didn't.
I think we did two or three. It's all meshing together now, all these hours and hours long. But our special guest has been such an awesome friend and supporter, not just of our channels in general, but also like of us just goofing off here, doing these live streams of movies. And I think she's been with us every single time in the chat. So I was like, we have to have her on one of these and talk some X-Men with her, as I know she's becoming a big fan of that stuff. So of course I'm talking about our good friend Candice. Candice, what is going on?
Hey guys.
Hey.
What up, Candice?
Joining you today.
Yes, absolutely. You're the guest, so I'm going to put you right there in the middle. And welcome. I again appreciate you always hanging with us. I mean, you're always like, and our shows are like 2 hours long, and I just feel like you're always hanging with us. So I really appreciate that, and glad that you could make it with us tonight.
Yeah, of course. I know everyone you were talking, you're like, it might be at least 2 hours, and I'm like, well, I've literally been with you guys the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
What's the difference, really?
Yeah.
I would probably be on my couch watching you guys right now.
Exactly. And you're invited to the after party, so
Yes.
because we have this crazy after party every time after the show. So little by little, we're gonna have more people that'll just be invited to just the after party. That'll be a thing. Yeah.
We all just hang out backstage. That's all it is.
Yeah. John will be there. He'll be waiting online backstage. So all right, so we are talking X-Men 1, the movie. This came out 2000.
Yeah.
Okay, man, time flies when you are having fun. 22 years later, and here we are. And again, as I mentioned in the beginning, so this kind of sparked from you, Hailey, because you had mentioned that. I know you mentioned like you did watch this one, but a lot of the other ones you didn't. Right? Am I right? You didn't catch like all the other X-Men movies?
And I've like watched half of this one too.
Okay, and it was like a long time ago or something. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't like
recent.
Yeah, so I sat down for the full experience this time.
Nice.
You're so
okay.
welcome, guys, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to hear everyone's thoughts on this. And Candice, I think you said you just rewatched it again, right? Or was that you, or was that Alan?
For this, I watched it twice.
Nice. Yeah, for this. Yeah, perfect.
But
perfect.
Sorry.
prior to that, I think I watched it. I watched it like last year, and then prior to that, I don't even remember when I watched it. I think when I was a kid, but I don't. It's very foggy.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay. Yeah. No, you're not alone there. All right, cool. So before we dive into all the details, let's say a quick hello to the chat because I see some people hanging out with us. Of course, we got my man PJ King in the house. What's going on, brother? Saw him earlier today during my premiered chat. Always hanging out, as well as I saw Todd Christian. So hello, Todd Christian. Thanks for stopping by as well. Unruly Simeon also hanging out with us tonight. What's going on, Unruly? Let's see. We got my man Ryan, aka Magic Lasso, hanging out in the chat, saying hello to panel and chat. We got Alan pulling double duty. All right, my dude. Hey. And we got Lady No Good stopping by to say hello. I know that she is not staying long because she is going to watch some Sex in the City. Was what her plan was. So.
Good episode.
So yeah, thanks for stopping in, Lady No Good, and saying hello. We got my man Mr. Stout in the house. What's going on, John? Thanks for stopping by as well. All right, cool. Yeah, we got like 10 people hanging, so appreciate everybody. Oh, that's why it's the finale. Okay, so that's I forgot. I knew there's something like a little extra significant about it. Jason and I will have to catch replay. All right, so Unruly says, I have a prominent premonition. I'm going to turn into a grumpy old man in a few minutes on you. Oh, great. Unruly. We can't wait. So yeah, and I should also mention that for everyone hanging here, if you're watching this replay, if you're not following all my friends here on the panel, make sure you do so. I put their information in the description below. They got YouTube channels, they got Instagram channels. Hailey started doing videos again. It's been like 20 years. So it's great. It's been fantastic. So yeah, with all that said, let's talk a little bit about this. So one thing I just want to let everybody know, I had asked the panel here to get some sort of marker along with some sort of, blank piece of paper of some sort. And they don't know why I asked them to do this. But I think that it would be really fun if we all took a second to draw our best Wolverine. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm not going to ask you to draw anything. I think it'd be fun if we all took a moment and just wrote down the grade that we would give this movie. And before we get into discussing everything, because that way no one can be prepared otherwise. Although technically, you can grab another sheet of paper.
I don't know if I want to do that.
You could just Jason's being the rebel, so
I feel like
fine.
he's about to give it the lowest grade. I'm gonna be so salty because like all these other movies.
Give it 2.
There's no,
you know how like I've been given 2 grades, like nostalgic and like a real one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
You know
I like that. I think I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same. Jason.
That's 100%. That
yes, that's fair.
Goes into my answer.
Yep.
And
I like
are
that.
we
I didn't even think of it.
10 or like ABC?
I'm thinking 1 through 10, 10 being fantastic.
You doing comic grades?
You could do comic. You could do comic grades. Yeah. So 9-8. We'll keep 9-8 being the perfect.
Well, technically 10 still on the table, but it's not.
It is, but yeah.
We don't got it. It's not even a 9-8, so we don't got to be worried about.
Right. It had to be like a hardcover and not opened once. So 2 grades.
Well,
yeah, feel
right.
free to give 2.
Horizontal.
Oh, actually, yeah. What fits the screen? That
Horizontal, right?
All right. So I'm gonna give it 2 grades. Gonna write it down. I'll give you all just a few seconds.
Right.
Just so that I'm gonna put my real one, and then and what's the second one called, Jason? It's the
nostalgia grade.
But like I don't have nostalgia for this.
Yeah, I really don't.
All right, so just 1 for you. All right. For me, there's 2.
All right. Nostalgia has a G in it, so don't forget the G. All right. I think this is a very friendly nostalgia grade and a very friendly real grade here.
I feel like my real grade is very fair.
Oh, I'm so curious now.
I think this is a better idea, Justin, because I feel like I was always swayed by other people's grades.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just saying I'm struggling with nostalgia right now. That's the word.
Like,
So it's
I
You
bad.
just
gotta be
can't wait to
realistic
like
at the same
hate
time,
on
too.
someone's grade since I'm the one that's always talking trash.
All right. It's so funny. I had this prepared and I'm like rethinking like, wow, the real
You know, it's funny. I
Don't
knew
waver.
of this show, but I didn't even give it a grade. Like even before the first show, I didn't even give it
Okay.
a grade. Like beforehand, I didn't even think to.
All right. I'm gonna stick with my optimistic side of things with this grade that I
I
put
think
down,
this is the real deal, though.
All right. So before we get
Oh.
into the actual, oh, good.
Wait, yo, I need to show this off before we start.
Oh, all right. I have something
Oh,
as
I
well,
think
but
I know.
you go first.
Yeah, Hailey's seen this. All right, so this is
Hang on. Let
found-
me
all
swap
right,
you here. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, so I found this at my shop for like a couple dollars. It's the Dynamic Forces variant. That's why I got it, because the regular cover for this, it was just the what's his face who plays Magneto, like a photo variant.
The actor.
Yeah, what's his name? I know his name. It's gonna piss me off. What's his name? You guys know his name?
Yes, I do. I'm looking it up just because I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Damn, I said it today.
Ian
Ian
McKellen.
McKellen.
Yes.
Ian McKellen. Yes, him. It's a photo variant. That's like the regular cover, but this is the Dynamic Forces one, and it's like
Ooh.
you know, it's like drawn, and the artist is actually someone who I really like. He was on the Marvel Knights Black Panther run. So obviously that's
nice.
like the
That's so
the
cool.
mystique from the movie, the actress, their rendition, of this. That's Sabretooth,
Sabretooth.
Professor
That's
X, and then obviously Magneto. And it's like a thick book. It's like one of those
Oh, okay.
type of deals.
Nice,
And, like,
That's
nice.
awesome.
there's even an ad at the back with
Oh, sweet.
James Marsden as Cyclops.
Yeah,
or
that's
That's
cool.
so dope.
If you want to imagine Alan, but look at some of
It's
the
Helen.
artwork. That's like young Magneto, like figuring out his powers.
This is cool. This is like a one shot then, technically. Or?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Each like a bunch of characters had one. Rogue had one. Wolverine had one. Magneto had one.
Oh, that's so awesome.
But hold on,
Sweet.
that's
So it's
Magneto.
based off the
Hold on.
movie.
Let me show you. Yeah, this is a prequel, so this happened before the movie, technically.
Very cool.
Like,
Was this your
Oh, I
LCS?
love that mystique.
Yeah, Anna.
Nice.
Sabretooth, Mystique.
Yeah.
We got some Mystique over here. Kind of look a little crazy, but
Nice.
but like it's I didn't read it yet because like I didn't even get to my new books yet, but like it looks pretty dark. Like look at this. Well, this isn't dark. This is just from the movie. The Cerebro room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, heck yeah.
But when I say dark, like Magneto like freaks out and like starts killing this guy with a shovel and
Ooh.
starts choking him. So I was like, oh my god, like,
That's so cool. Him floating in
That's
the
wild.
air.
That's awesome.
And right at the end, the last page, in the movie, those chess pieces that he
Yeah.
Yeah,
has?
yeah. The plastic ones.
The
the
very
glass
last
ones.
page, like he says, like your move, Charles, or some shit like that, and like moves the chess piece. I'm like,
That's so dope.
Nice.
yeah. So I thought this was really cool.
Yeah, heck
Found
yeah.
it in time for the show, which was a coincidence. So
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. I'm gonna keep an eye out for one now.
Yeah, same.
It's very cool. All right. One other thing here that I meant to. This is what I meant last time. So last time I had meant to. Yeah, this was supposed to be something I had for the last show. I totally forgot. And so I told you guys, you're like, you can't like tell us you have a secret and then not actually tell us the secret. So so check this bad boy out right here. Gotta get the hype button ready. Ready, set, go. Boom.
oh my god, that's terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
You know I had
Where'd
to
you get
get it.
that?
Right? You know I had to get it.
Where'd you get that? I mean, what am I saying?
I'm lying.
That's
I'll get you one, Jason. Don't worry.
No.
The
That's not
day
necessary.
I see Jason rock
There
that.
you
That's
Boom.
unnecessary.
My people right there
Oh
can
my
do
God,
this
yeah,
all
set up.
day, huh?
No.
All day.
Oh, you
This
had
is why the
right.
show was delayed. That's the real. So the shirt could come in.
Oh
We'll
my
load up the
god.
gift.
Oh, so good. That is so good.
Boom.
Nice shirt,
Wow.
though. That's a nice shirt.
That's the shirt. It is
I
comfortable.
wouldn't wear it, but it's a nice shirt.
It's really comfortable. You can see it from far away. You know, you recognize the shield. I mean, it's Rogers.
Did you hear me, Hailey? I said nice shirt, but I wouldn't wear it. You know.
Yeah. No murmurs here. All right. Yeah. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah. Nice shirt. That's right.
I like it.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. So
That's amazing.
let's
I'd rather
let's talk
watch
about
this movie 100 times in a row.
Oh,
in a room
Jason
where I'm
loves this
tied
movie.
down.
Okay. Man, and this was fantastic. So for him to say that means X-Men's got to really love it.
It's like 10
My
times
grade's
better.
about to be 9.8.
Yeah, that's a 9.8 from Jason. Okay. All right, let's go around the horn here and just without talking about numbers, let's just talk about our general thoughts. All right. So we're gonna start it off. Candice, would you like to start first, or would you like to pass it to somebody first? I don't want to throw you right into if you don't want to.
You got the what was it? The speaking stick.
I'll let you throw it to somebody else if you like.
Let's just let me gather my thoughts.
Go for it. Who's? I'll let you pick. Throwing in somebody in the lines then. Who's starting first?
Let's go with Jason.
Oh,
I heard the J. I got nervous.
All
right, Jay. All right, let's hear your initial thoughts. No grade though. No grade.
Okay. Well, this movie's actually I'm like shitting on it and like it's funny and all, but like this movie's actually real special to me. So like I'm not from here. I immigrated here from South Korea when I was like 3 years old. And this movie, so I came here in 1999 and I like started pre-K here and like above and stuff. But like this movie came out in 2000. I didn't see it in theaters, obviously, because I was too young and like, you know, what have you. But when it came on VHS, my older cousins got a hold of it and like I watched it at their house. And like it wasn't like the first movie I watched in America by any means, but like it was still one of like the few, you know, probably like in the tens or something, you know, that I watched like in the new country, you know what I mean? And although I probably don't remember as much like sitting down and like being amazed or anything like that, it was still cool to have that experience in my life and then like get out of this stuff like in a totality, in a sense, you know, entirely I should say, and then like come back to it later on in my life and like really appreciating like the X-Men and the mutants, like they're my favorites, and like, you know, I could tie that back to like coming to a new country and like watching that movie even though it was terrible, you know what I mean? So like I have that's why I have the nostalgia grade on it, because I have that like that little tidbit, I guess. But the movie was terrible. Let me tell you something. This movie should have been named X-Men: The Quest for Rogue's White Hair, because that's all this accomplished. That's all this accomplished. Is her getting her white strip of hair from the books. That's it. That's it. The whole plot of the movie trash. The whole cast was A1 cast, and that's the only reason it has the grade it has that I put down.
Yeah.
The whole plot of the movie with the whole machine and turning into me, it was garbage. But the cast was amazing. It was the first like live action X-Men, I think, right? That was the first one. Again, cast was just A1. Like, and a lot of the interactions were very reminiscent of the books. They did it like, again, the cast was really good in my opinion. Like they really, you know, mirrored a lot of the stuff, even though 100% wasn't achievable because it was 2000. You know,
right.
Even today, not everything is going to be achievable, but
right.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like, there's the scale for me. You know what I
Okay.
mean? There's that nostalgia, real nostalgia. You know, especially coming to a whole new country and like, you know, just watching that and like later on in life having that connection. So like, that's the only thread holding this on, man, in the cast, and that's really it. But the movie was terrible.
That's fair. I think it's fair. I think the points you make are certainly fair. You know, definitely the connection of it. I totally get that. Alan, what about you? What were your initial thoughts?
I think I put on some rose-colored glasses a little bit, like when I watched this movie, because like, you know, growing up in the 90s, I had the cartoons of X-Men, and this was the first live action one that I saw. So I actually thought it was not a bad of a movie as I remembered it to be. I don't know if it's like, maybe that's why my nostalgia score is the way that it is, but I think it kind of just hit because, like, you know, I was a Star Trek fan. I like Patrick Stewart. I like this guy, and I like I kind of like, at that point, I'm not looking for plot holes as a kid kind of thing. But after rewatching, I'm like, dude, this is like not the best movie. But I remember as a kid, this wasn't too bad, right? Especially how they because it's hard to see have CGI and all of that catch up with how these mutants did their powers, right? So I was like, oh, this is pretty sick. This is really cool. So just kind of seeing that, and I totally understand like what you mean, Jason, in terms of like Rogue, and this is
But I
like
feel
a
like
Rogue
the
and
CGI was on
Wolverine
point
movie.
for 2000. Like
was
Mystique
that?
CGI, like I thought it was pretty on point for the year 2000.
Oh, I thought that was
I thought
all
it was
makeup.
fire.
Best part of the movie.
Like I thought it was fire. Like for the
Yeah.
year 2000, that was amazing. So
For
like
sure.
I'm not even knocking the CGI, honestly. Like the special effects, I'm not knocking that. It was the year 2000, and they did what they could with the resources they had, and they killed it. Honestly, like
Yeah.
especially the
Yeah.
last. We'll get to the last parts of the movie, but I think you all know what I'm talking about with like the fight scenes and like Mystique and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just the thing is like with any ensemble movie for me, it's hard to like show everyone in there. But I do like how they focus on like maybe two characters. But I feel like, for example, like Halle Berry had like 2 lines and that's it. And then like
Word.
Cyclops didn't really do much.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
Missed
wish they
opportunity. Yeah.
like kind of did a little bit more with everyone. But I know once you add like 6 characters, it's really like hard to do.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I like the movie. I think it's more nostalgia than anything. I actually liked it better than some of the Spider-Man movie, and I'll let that simmer for some people.
Wait, not the
I'll
newest.
say it
Spider-Man
right
movie.
now. I thought Spider-Man 3 was better than this. So
Oh, Spider-Man 3. Okay, yeah.
yeah, I'll say that right now.
Not
I'll say that right now.
I knew it. Oh,
The
God.
plot? Are we talking the plot? Like, if we're talking a general movie and how it succeeds with the plot and what goes down? Are you? That's what I was gonna. Are you kidding me? Like, the whole point was to get her hair white. That was it. That was the whole point of the damn movie.
No. Oh my God. It had so much more cohesion than emo Spider-Man. Like, I can't.
Yeah, but we got
Hey, don't
Yeah.
talk
got
about
pop
the
culture from
Toby.
that. We got years of entertainment from that. We got no way home out of that.
Oh my God.
What we get out of
No, you can't compare all that.
Nuh-uh.
Just as a
Actually, no, I
standalone.
take it back
No.
because of the first one. Because of the first one, we did get obviously those Fox movies, but we got Logan, the final one with
Yeah.
X-23, the
Mm.
the little girl
Logan,
too.
yeah.
That was a fire movie. So I take that back. I take that back because
Unruly here says, nice to be so young and to have seen everything that's come after. For someone who had been reading comics for 30 years when this came out, it was amazing. The plot was clunky as hell in retrospect. That's fair. That is
Also
fair. For
really-
if
I see. I
Looking at it in that
completely
way.
acknowledge that too. Like
Yeah.
with the whole generational difference, there is a difference of how you're gonna see
yeah.
view these movies. You know, that's
Yeah, we're
100% true.
we're thinking of like MCU and
100%.
things that we've been like,
Mhm.
given nowadays.
But
Hey, we
also,
got
I
off
give-
Tim. What up, Tim?
I give as much credit to them as possible though, at the same time because they definitely like succeeded in the grand big picture, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know. I'd still say so.
Like who would have thought like a superhero movie wouldn't be like kind of a goofy cartoony type thing? Like they kind of really grounded like this type of. I think this was like the first superhero movie that kind of really grounded these characters as like what would happen if this happened in real life kind of thing.
Mm.
I thought that
Right,
was
right.
really cool.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because the other ones were like all corny and stuff before.
PJ King says Cyclops is supposed to be the leader of the team and is always in the background. He barely has any lines. He's like Joe Judge of the X-Men.
Joe
Yeah. PJ, well
I
said
liked
there.
James Marsden as Cyclops. I really did.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah.
could have used Storm more. Agreed.
True.
All right, Hailey, I'm throwing it over to you. What are your initial thoughts on this film?
Yeah, so I think like not having a nostalgia grade for this because it was my first time seeing it. What I felt like I know Jason had said like he did like not taking anything away from the CGI. Mystique was awesome for the time, but so much of the rest of the CGI, I felt like they would focus so much of like whatever manpower they had on Mystique and then just let it all like go to the wind because it was terrible. I felt like Storm didn't have like any real part in that film at all. And I just was thinking about, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. That came out in 2001. A year later, the special effects, what they did with that film was, I really think, amazing. And I feel like they could have done more with the X-Men. And the fight scenes were so tragic. I was like, everyone is moving in slow-mo. Like, I'm just watching them like slowly fly over the next person. And then the plot was just horrible. By the end of the movie, I was just sitting there like, all right, is it gonna end? And I was really pumped to see I love Magneto. So I was like really excited to have him front and center. And then they even tried to go into his backstory, which I feel like they didn't really do justice. So I'm, a little disappointed in the first live action X-Men, but I also realized that this was like their first stab at it. So
Right.
Hopefully we get more.
Yeah.
So.
Now I want to change my grade after I hear
Well,
you
this
guys
one.
talking.
Oh my god.
No, see, this
don't do it.
this
You
is
can't
why I
do
say
it.
Sharpie. Yeah, it's like it's written in cold blood now. All right, Candice, what are your thoughts here with this?
Now I wish I went first. Okay, so again, mine is not going to be nostalgia whatsoever. So it's going to be from someone that I don't have much of like I've only read a handful of the comics, so I don't have that to compare to it. So it's like someone just like, well, I've watched it before, but this is a real time like sitting down, really like getting it all in, trying to like see like what I think about it. But yeah, so my grade is probably going to be too high, and now we're getting it. But
It's okay, it's all good.
let's
No wrong answers here. No wrong answers.
yeah, so I feel like overall, for like someone that doesn't have like a lot of X-Men knowledge, I thought it was pretty good for an introductory film, especially like to the world of X-Men and its characters. I noticed that especially since like Wolverine's like new to this too, as like you see him like learning everything. They're like, okay, this is so and so's power, and this is their name and their mutant name, and they explain like X explains like what everybody does. It's like really like you don't have to think too much of like if you don't have any background. So I thought it was good in that aspect, without it feeling like it was like forced. Like I feel like it was more effortless, especially since it was able to like be worked into the plot where where Wolverine doesn't really know any of it either, so he's kind of like learning along with you. So then let's see. So yeah, no nostalgia points for me. Actors, of course, like I don't know who else like I would have picked. I feel like overall like everybody was really good choice overall. I agree. I was really sad that Storm isn't in it enough, because in general I've always liked her, even like from my small like memories as a kid. Like she was always one of my favorite. Her and Wolverine. So that was kind of a shame that she kind of takes like the back to everybody else. Same with Cyclops. But I think there were some parts that I thought were funny that kind of like kept it going for me. As far as CGI, like I didn't really hold it to like today's standards or anything, but I thought it was I wasn't like thinking too hard about that. I agree. Mystique's was really good. Everything else like that was fine. I feel like my grade's probably a little too high, but I think I enjoyed it overall, but I'm hoping that it gets way better basically, because it was like good for introductory. I don't think like where they they don't have go into like too many backstories. They don't go into too many like deep plots, which is fine. Like if you're just like which is what we were saying earlier about like not introduce. I mean, we introduce a lot of characters, but not like overdoing it where you're trying to learn all these backstories from like different like characters and stuff. So I'm hoping that the next ones are a lot better as far as like we actually get like a more interesting plot instead of just like learning about characters.
Yep, I think that's fair. I think it's well said as well. I am with you, Candice, on a majority of kind of what you said there, and I think that the way I looked at this film was I just kept at the forefront of my mind that this was their first stab at something that had never been done before. It's complex in that there are a lot of characters with detailed backgrounds, and certainly detailed for those who have been fans for X amount of time before, before things get, So I was thinking of it in terms of like, how is this film for the average person, the outsider, someone who doesn't know X-Men or barely knows, all they know is Wolverine or whatever, like just knew him from family members who talked about him some time ago, and so I think the film is okay for that aspect of it. If you're just diving into the first time or whatever, not knowing anything, I have to say I was entertained enough to where I wasn't waiting for the end of the film. I wasn't counting down the clock. I actually just rewatching it was just like, oh yeah, like, oh, I forgot that happened. Like, oh, I forgot that this person's here. And like, it was more of just like a trip down memory lane for me. And then with as we talked about the nostalgic grade, I don't know if I'd call it the nostalgic grade for me, but more of just a fandom, or how I've turned into so much more of a fan than I have ever been of X-Men or mutants or anything. Seeing the characters I love on a big screen was just like, yes, this is awesome. I'm down. I want more of it. This is great, because I really, it's been a while, I feel like, since, I mean, I watched all the films like throughout the time, but again, I was never into X-Men the way that I am certainly now over these past 2 years or so, reading the books and getting more of a glimpse of each of these characters' backgrounds. So for me, I'm definitely a little bit more in the middle, which makes me, I think I'm way higher than everybody else in that sense. So that's kind of where I stand with it.
I'm ranking. I think I know who has the lowest and like who has the highest. I can totally.
I'm curious.
All right. So before we hold up the grades here, I want to say a quick hello to a couple people. I saw Damien Sleepy Reader 666 in the chat. He's going to be on my show this Saturday, actually, for Comic Collector Origins. So looking forward to interviewing Damien. Thanks for stopping by, man. Also, we had Back Issues Paulie swinging through as well. Good to see you, Paulie. Said hi to Off-White Tim. Perry Comics also in the building right now. Everybody have been kind of lighting up their comments as they've been going. A lot of people have some really great and interesting points. So appreciate everybody throwing up their thoughts. Emmanuel also in the house. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by as well. And we have Jaggernaut. I missed Jaggernaut is in the chat as well. So good to see you also. So yeah. So with all that, you guys want to hold up your grades here?
Yes. All right, ready?
Yeah, ready. Here we go.
Oh
wow.
wow.
That's a 6. You can't really see my dot, but
Whoa, Jason, we on the same.
Yeah.
I love this.
That's the right grade.
wow.
Wow.
That's the right grade. That's why.
No, I just thought I was overshooting
I can't
here.
even see everyone. You got an 8. You got what? You got 7.5 and what? What is that? What's the other one?
Alan's got 8.5 for nostalgia. And he spelled nostalgia right, so that's good.
I don't feel like we're not all that far off. I feel like we're within like a 1 of each other.
I mean, Hailey gave it a 60. That's really good. So
that's how terrible the movie is, you know.
Wow.
Like, I came to this country, so, you know, has a special place in my heart, but it's still a 7.
It's still a
7. No.
All right, I like it. And Candice, you're right in the mix with us, Candice. You're in the mix with us, though.
She also came out with an X-Men t-shirt. I'm so here for it.
Yes, yeah. Showing the love. I love it.
Recovers.
Justin, you could have done better. So.
Whoa, what are you talking about? Come on. All right, chat. Let me know what's up, chat. Come on now. Hey, we got Luis in the chat. What is going on?
That's my boyfriend.
I was thinking that was. Hello, good sir. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us. Because I think definitely felt like an intro to X-Men for the general public. However, it felt great to see those characters pop up as someone who's played the games. Yeah. So yeah. I've felt very similar to that. Just because, again, just seeing the characters, I was more distracted by that. With the thought of just like, yes, you know, seeing these characters, and again with my, I guess, more newfound love for mutants, you know, kind of plays a role. So, but well said. So, all right, I love that. That was great. I think everybody's. I'm really surprised, Jason. Jason, I'm really surprised that you and I had the same exact, and I just felt like I had.
That's how realistic I am.
But I thought you were gonna go way lower than that.
Spider-Man 3. I just am like out here so confused because I feel like you guys are usually so generous with these grades, and
Hailey, I'm surprised. I thought when you were talking about it, I thought you were gonna give it like a 4, Hailey.
I gave it a 5.
But I love the mutant.
A real grade. I gave it a 5.
I still love them.
I think 5's fair. I thought you were gonna give it a 2. You said it's garbage. Did you say it's trash? Like trash is 2, not 5.
Because you gotta understand. Like,
some clean trash.
Majority of the cast was fire. So like majority
it was.
You're watching and you're like, oh cool. Like you're still interested because of like the character, the actor choice, I guess. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know. And then you got Hugh Jackman, who's who's iconic now as
Amazing.
Wolverine.
He's
So, like,
amazing.
how you gonna, there's stuff you can't take away from it. So it's
I can't
a 5,
trust
it's a 5,
Hugh
you know what I mean?
Jackman.
Like,
No, I am with you. I just think the word trash in that sense doesn't quite
it's
go
still
with
trash.
number
A
5. I
5
don't know.
isn't
I
a
just,
good grade for a movie out of 10. That's
I don't know.
That's
It's,
half.
that's half.
the point.
That's half.
And half the
There's a
points
lot
is
of
only
movies
made
out
up
there.
from acting, the casting, and
Mystique's
It's all part of it.
costume.
It's all part of
Mystique,
it.
the CGI for Mystique, and like
Yeah.
maybe a couple puns here. I wrote a couple things down. Matter
All
of
right,
fact,
all right.
a couple weeks
Oh my
ago.
gosh.
I really liked when at the end of the movie when Logan joins them on the jet and they're dipping out to go see Magneto. He asks, "You actually go out in these outfits in the tight ass spandex? I mean the tight ass like leather stuff." And then
Mhm.
Cyclops goes, "What would you rather have? Yellow spandex?" And that was obviously, Wolverine wears yellow spandex. And, they had these little Easter egg jokes. I'm
Yeah,
like,
those
Mhm.
were
That
fun.
was pretty
it's a
funny.
5. It earned its 5, man. I ain't gonna.
But
You
then
know
they
what I
also
mean? It's not a
No, look, I'm happy. I'm glad that you gave it a 5. Don't
Yeah,
get
it's
me
a
wrong.
5.
I just thought that the way we both
Definitely 5.
explained it, I was projecting in my mind that you had aimed much lower than you did. So I'm glad. We're on the same page.
the same amount of water in it, but one person thinks it's half.
Yes,
full,
that's
one
exactly
person
right.
thinks it's half empty.
Yeah, the way I looked at it, I was thinking like,
There you
wow,
go.
5. I'm being really positive here, and he's like,
Yeah, that is.
I want to hear about
Candace's
Candace's 8 though, because like that is a
Okay.
very generous.
Yeah, it was probably too generous.
No, I mean, did buy it.
I do like how everybody regretted their numbers after we all started to hear each other.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
did.
think
Jason
I was
did.
really going towards like nothing to compare to besides just the movie and very little like comic knowledge. So
Yeah.
I think just for looking at it as an introduction, that's it. Like
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it that. I wasn't
Okay.
like able to look at the characters like, well, this person wasn't portrayed correctly or anything like that. Also, this was another thing. I also thought the since nowadays like all the movies are so long, it was like the perfect amount for like first intro movie.
True.
And it doesn't start you off at like what are they now like 2-3 hours. So
Yeah.
that helped too.
Yeah, if this movie was like 3 hours, that probably would have started to get me a little, itching a little bit.
We couldn't
I love
afford
you.
the 3 hours.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I love what you said about like it being with like out having that comic knowledge. I think now that I have read X-Men, that I'm like digging into it, and I'm like super like I would say out of all of Marvel, like X-Men is more my jam. Like I was so excited to watch these because I was like, I just want to see these characters on screen. So I think coming into it, there's like a little bit of a higher expectation, even though I knew it was like it's a 2000 film. We've all talked about it not being that great or from reviews previously. So I think that colored it a little bit too. But I thought the casting was really good. I just don't feel like they use that casting to the fullest extent. I'm like, when you have heavy hitters like them, I'm like, give
But
them some better
Missed
lines.
opportunity.
But
Yeah.
they did have some dope Magneto scenes, like the I wrote this down too. The gun scene where like everyone draws his. That was the first scene where like they used that, and like even
Loved it.
now
Sick.
in like WandaVision they did that. The same thing as his daughter, and like it was kind of it was like a callback. But like I liked how they was spinning the bullet into the man's head, and like he's gonna kill him. It was pretty cool. And it was
That
No,
scene
really
was like
dope.
so tense. I remember
tense.
watching it for the first time and I was like, is it like when it falls, is like I just gonna be like bleeding or I was like,
Mhm.
that's actually a really intense moment. I do like how Ian McKellen played Magneto. I thought his backstory was also it was good. I wish it would have been a little bit better, but I appreciated that they even tried.
Mhm.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, just showing that early scene there, him at the camp. Like I think that was at least a nice touch to giving you a little bit of an idea of a birth
Wow,
of this.
If
You
read
know, but
the prelude.
oh,
You
yeah, the gun scene was definitely one of my favorites. That was definitely a highlight for me too. I was wondering though with the bullet and just like could the guy technically have just like leaned back or just
Yeah,
dude,
that's
you
true.
lean back, you're just gonna push it in anyway.
Comic
I mean-
magic.
I'm just
Can we
saying if you
know
kind
what I
of
mean?
turn to the side, I don't know.
Comic book magic. If I'm going to believe Kingpin survived a bomb, that is comic book magic.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Let's see. Yeah, chat. What's going on? Chat saw him in here. He said my X-Men books are better than those movies. He does have a nice set of X-Men books, that's for sure. Todd says I actually preferred Anna Paquin Rogues
Really?
over.
I got a
Jack,
bone to
Jack
pick with
wow.
Anna Paquin.
Wow.
Why?
I mean, nah, they did
He
a
was still
realistic-
okay, but he became more comfortable with the role later on. Interesting. Okay.
Wait, I want to know your bone to
They
pick.
did
Yeah,
a
yeah.
realistic take for Rogue, like in that sense of like she can't touch anyone, right? Like she physically can't touch anyone unless that happens. But like, I posted this meme on my story that when we was first supposed to go on this show, and it was like the Rogue from like the animated series or just the books is like, you know, all this crazy powerful, like, you know, did this and that, and then the Rogue from the movies is just complaining that she can't kiss her man, and like, you know, I definitely did. But like the thing is, it was like a realistic take on the character, you know what I mean? And like as a kid, kind of, and like so I understood and acknowledged that, but I definitely was like not when I watched it when I was younger, because I didn't know this knowledge I have now, but like going back now, I'm like, damn, they did that, like, you know, could have made her a little more badass, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, we got Carlos in the chat as well. What's going on, Carlos? He says rewatched. That's I was saying, right? That's Candice. Yeah. Carlos said rewatched the movie today and noticed how many times Hugh's body changes because of the timeline when they shot certain scenes. Sometimes he's huge, and other times he is more normalish. I didn't notice
realize that.
Yeah,
That's
I did
a good
not
catch.
know that.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, good catch, Carlos. Very cool. Where were we? I had to pull. Oh yeah, Rogue. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought she was. I like Anna Paquin as her.
I can't kiss my boyfriend.
No, but I agree. Like I feel like all of
She's
the
so
female
young.
characters in that were just like so flat, except maybe Mystique. Mystique was just a badass all around. Like she's just out here doing her thing, and then but yeah, I just felt it felt super weird that it was just like, okay, she's like this child who's just like only concerned about like boys, and then like has this crush on Wolverine, and like that's her arc. Like that's it. She that's all you get for Rogue. And I'm like, couldn't we just between her and Storm, I'm like, we could have really had
something.
We dropped the ball on Storm.
Oh yeah, Storm was just I just felt like she was the not like the henchman, but like the like assistant. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna do all the dirty, like I'm just gonna go grab this person, or like I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go hunt for this person,
right?
And then it's like I'll casually kind of maybe show my powers, but like probably not really.
Oh, we have our good friend Loveface hanging out in the chat.
Nice. Y'all need that.
All the services are now offered.
Oh man. Every single one.
Also, Iceman in the movie did not act like Iceman at all. Bobby is supposed to be fun-loving and wisecracking, and in the movie he is just boring.
Honestly, I agree with you. Bobby was boring. Man. He was up every single movie afterwards. Boring. You were.
I was so excited for him.
Really
he did the little ice thing in the classroom. I was like, we got Iceman, and then I was just like, oh, okay.
And he's an Omega. He's supposed to be that dude, you know, like
Yep,
I didn't see anything to write home
plain
about.
white yogurt. That's all it was, man. No blueberries, no granola.
Hey, some people are into plain yogurt. I'm just saying.
Listen, to each their own.
It could be so much better though.
I need a better Iceman.
I wish I wanted
Even
to mention.
Kid, I hated him. I was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy?
That's why Jason gave it a 5 though.
I didn't even know the knowledge, and I was like, who is this guy? God.
He's been in a lot of other things, though, right? The guy that played him, I feel like he's definitely.
That's what kind of upset me when I was younger.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy in other things.
Am I making that up?
Dawson's Creek? Is that what you just
said? No, am I making that up? Okay, don't ignore me.
Stuff.
I'm just gonna ignore Hailey here. What about we got a little glimpse of Kitty Pryde, huh? Tiny.
Yeah. And Jubilee.
And Jubilee.
That down.
I like that they showed both of them.
Yeah. Jubilee. Yeah.
That was to me like some, for the fans though, it was just just a nice little add in.
Switch actors or actresses, whatever.
I actually
for the second movie.
Yeah.
They switch actresses for which one?
Kitty.
For Kitty? Oh, okay.
Because it was just a brief little like, ooh, I go through the door, you know, like that was
Yeah.
it. And then like the second movie, they introduced.
Oh yeah,
I forgot
I know.
her name.
What she's in
I forgot the name.
I've looked at the actress.
the
I don't know
Netflix
if I
movie or show.
like her
Netflix
for
show.
Kitty, but I haven't seen the other
I know who you're
movies.
talking about, Jason. I can't think of her name.
But you know what? Everyone knows.
Yeah, no, but what's the Lock and Key, or is it Lock and Key? No, not Lock and Key. The other one, the
talking
other Netflix film, the other Netflix show.
Okay.
There's another Netflix.
Wait, oh my god, it's Ellen Page.
the one that
Yeah,
played.
that's on page.
Yeah, yeah.
Ellen
Or-
Page? Yeah, it is Ellen Page.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Wait, does she
But
continue
yeah, that's
to
the
be?
same person.
Like, do they?
It's only like one film or two films
What? Where she's in it?
where she's Kitty. Yeah.
No, she's in. I think at least three technically.
three?
Because Days
Okay.
of Future Past, right?
Oh wait, I'm
She's
so
the
here
one
for
who's-
this. Actually, just
She's
kidding.
doing that. To Wolvie.
Yeah.
I think it's
See,
three because she's in definitely in the second one, right? And then the third one.
Mm-hmm.
And then-
Oh, I'm really
and
here
then
for
probably
it.
Days of Future Past is the last one, I think.
So Haley's all in now. Okay, There we
Okay, yes,
go.
I am in.
she's back. She's
I
back.
liked her as Kitty though. I did.
Yeah, no, I was looking at a different.
Thank
actress
you,
who they
PJ.
originally put. And
Oh
I was
yeah,
not a fan.
yeah. She was in that shit.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I said Lock
Yeah.
and Key. Same thing, only different.
Yeah, it's the same shit. Same shit, bro.
Let's see. What's chat saying here? Justin knows as an X-Men mega fan, those movies are complete and utter fails in my eyes. I've tried over and over, and they lack severely. Yeah, it's just. I mean, I guess it's different for everybody though, because like
For sure.
Unruly was just saying before too, like he's been a fan for 30 years as this movie came out, and he thought it was awesome for for its time and for what they tried to do with it. So, but Chet, at least you gave it a multiple shots, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of the other, I figure, we just throw out whatever favorite parts. Candice, if you don't know by now, we just randomly blurt out things that we either liked or we didn't like, or if we want to call someone out on something.
There's no game
all that
plan.
fun. Yeah. I really like the part where they are trying to prove who the real Wolverine is, and after the one Wolverine kills the other, the Mystique, and shows up as himself, and they're like, how do we know it's really you? And what does he say? He's like, you dick, or whatever, calls him a dick.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, yeah, it's him. Yeah.
Also,
I love
the
that.
kick,
It's a great line.
the Mystique kick as Wolverine, and she transforms back into Mystique.
Oh, that was
while
cool.
kicking.
Yeah.
That was the best CGI of the whole film.
Yep.
That was it. I spent the most money on that shot. Man. Great though. Great shot.
Worth it.
It was. I loved. I love that part. I love like all of the jabs of like Wolverine and Cyclops. Like I thought the banter was really good. What were your guys' feelings on Sabretooth?
I thought they did good for the time.
Yeah.
For the time.
I thought he was fine.
Yeah, like for the time, I think they did all right.
He didn't have
They
like
cast
any
him well.
words.
No, he was.
just,
Yeah,
like,
he didn't.
grunted.
Oh, I was like, I thought you meant the design of the character.
No. Well, yes, but like I thought that was fine.
They made him
Haley,
too much
didn't
of
you
an
get the
animal.
theme? No one had words. There was no one had any.
No one
words.
had any real dialogue except for like a few characters.
Right. That was it. That was just
Because
basically.
you know what happens to toads when they're struck by lightning, right? Same thing that happens to everything else.
Oh my god. The comic was very
Stupid.
so cringe. I was expecting to do like something really funny, and then it was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
But-
okay. One of my other favorite like Wolverine things was when they're in the Statue of Liberty. Nice.
Sorry.
They're in the Statue of Liberty, and Wolverine goes through the metal detector, and it starts like going off and everything. So then like Cyclops starts like laughing. So then he like flicks him off with this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, with the claw.
Yeah, with the claw.
Oh, was it- that was
I'd be
the
doing
claw.
that to everybody.
After that, he's like, keep your eye on it, or he said something like
Yeah.
that was like a Cyclops
Something like
type.
I'd be like Gabby and giving the peace sign everywhere, just raising one, like Jason,
Yeah.
like that one cover.
I was filling out my FOC orders, and I put that on.
Right? Nice.
love that one.
It's great. It's a great one.
Yeah, man. I like it too. I don't know.
Carlos says, still praying on a standalone Gambit movie. Yeah, I mean, I mean, eventually, one day, I imagine that they would.
Yeah, you
as
guys
they
heard that news?
do all
Speaking
the
of
X-Men.
Gambit of Channing Tatum, because
That is so
that whole thing.
funny. I'm
Mhm.
so
Channing
glad.
Tatum.
I don't feel like Channing Tatum could have like carried that
Gambit.
character. Yeah.
But so you guys saw that though, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
no, what is
Because,
it?
like,
Or
back in the day, he was supposed to get a solo movie,
Hmm.
then they got canceled. But like something he like made a statement recently because like Marvel stuff is so hot, and like he was like, oh yeah, like I was real upset, over the fact that I couldn't do the movie. And honestly, I didn't think he could do it either. Just like him, like how he looks as a person, I couldn't picture him as Gambit.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I mean, he's done some movies. Maybe he could do it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
can't count him out. I don't think you can count him out.
I won't count him out.
No.
I'll give him a
Chet
shot.
talking about Nightcrawler from the beginning of X2 was fantastic. Yeah,
Facts.
from what I
you know
remember,
who was
yeah.
I can't
great
wait to
in
see
X2?
that.
Pyro. Pyro was
Oh, yeah.
fire.
Yeah, he was
No
good.
pun intended. No pun intended. But he was fire, man. Like they had the greatest scenes for him when the cops show up at the house at Bland Bobby's house, at Plain Yogurt's house, his parents' house. They're hiding out in there.
Oh,
And then the cops show up, and his little brother, his Plain Yogurt little brother, calls the cops. It's like, oh, my mutant brother's home. Like, and he calls the cops on his own flesh and blood. And Pyro takes his Zippo lighter out and like starts freaking out. Fantastic.
this man just called him yogurt.
That's the next one, right? That's what we're
It's
watching
yogurt.
next.
Right?
I mean, that's number
It's-
2.
It's on the list. It's on the
Number
list.
2. So
What's up,
Oh
Bill?
yeah, wait, I didn't understand. Like again, no one had dialogue in
Yeah,
this
totally.
film. Like anyone that wasn't like Xavier, Magneto, Wolverine, Jean
yeah.
Grey,
Yeah.
Cyclops. Kind of. He really didn't have much dialogue. Storm. Did she really have dialogue? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like Sabretooth grunted, and then Toad just like sat there like
Sabretooth
With his-
grunted.
He did.
I don't understand. I was like, who is this character? I know nothing I know about him. Just that his
Yellow
tongue can go
eyes
really far,
also.
and he sits
Yes.
like a frog.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who is this? Like, what's going on? Like, but the only thing I actually liked about it was I looked up who it actually plays it, and apparently it's maybe you guys know Ray Park, who plays Darth Maul, and I'm like, how do you go from Darth
Oh,
Maul?
no way.
What?
That's him?
Wow, I did not realize that was
They
him.
undersold him then. If he
Wow.
played Darth Maul, he could
How
have
did
been
you go
so
from
much
that?
better.
Very iconic.
Give him a lightsaber. Gosh.
What? That's wild.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was looking through like some
Crazy.
actual.
I can't even imagine what it feels like to
I
go
ain't
from
even Star
Darth
Wars
Maul
head, but I
to
gotta
then
respect
Toad.
the
Yeah, that's
acrobatics
Such a
and
downgrade.
the performance.
Big
man,
downgrade.
Dave.
Like, here's your
Jesus
role.
Christ.
You get 5 lines,
I'm
maybe.
sorry. I think that's like on Bryan Singer and like the whatever they had. They had so many great actors. They just didn't take
That's
advantage
wild.
of it. So
Hey, Sheena.
That's 100% true. Like, the cast was stacked. I mean, now that we know Darth Maul was also invested in this,
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
there's just no,
I didn't
you
know
have
that.
no excuse. But wasn't there something? Okay, I think I might have. I don't know if I sent you guys the meme. Maybe I didn't, and I don't know if it's actually true. So I could also still be lying. But that the director or someone didn't want them reading the X-Men comics like while they were.
Oh, I read that. Yeah.
Is
I saw
that
that.
true?
I don't know.
Is that true?
Is that true?
I think that was
Oh, well.
legit.
The
that
internet
was
could
legit.
lie.
No,
I
you're
just-
right though. I saw it. Wasn't it like it was one of the like the real like news outlets, I feel like, that put that up. It was about like Wolverine like
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman ended up still like sneaking in comic books or whatever to read in his trailer just to get more of a feel. Yeah, see if that's real or not.
Give
I
him a
don't-
claw.
yeah. Hey, we got Kenneth Bird in the house. What's going on, Kenneth? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, an
Dude,
X-Men
but-
movie. It's on Screen Rant.
Oh yeah, Chet says it's true as well.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
like Stan Lee had some input onto it. That's why he agreed to like having their costumes all black, because they're like, why would they give them like these super flashy costumes if they're like trying to be all like spy sleekish? So he had some say into it, but I feel like, yeah. Where was his cameo again? I totally forgot where he
It was at the beach. like when Mystique comes out of the
Oh
vault.
yeah, he's
I-
getting hot dog or ice cream or whatever it was.
Yeah, I missed it the
Yeah.
first time, and then when I was looking for the actors, like I saw that he was there, and it's like, oh, of course he has to have a cameo, but it's
Yeah.
like it's more subtle than his other ones, where it's like
It's not as funny.
they're
Yeah.
like panting on that, and then like they're like panning to like the television that they're showing the news story on, and you could miss them if you don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I totally missed that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that they did that. That's where it started, but
Haley, you're gonna have to watch it again. That's all I can say.
you could not. I watched it again this week. You could just not pay me to do that. I got some other films I need to watch, but I'll watch X-Men too. So now
you
I
go.
want to see Nightcrawler and Pyro. So
Yeah, I heard like
Fire.
that's the thing. Like I feel like they
Nope.
have all like these cool player like kind of characters going on, but they just don't use them. They just don't use them. Like
I thought it was mad interesting how like because I'm like pretty sure it's 2000 and then 2001. This movie came out in
Then we're back
2000
to
and then Ultimate X-Men started in 2001.
Oh, okay.
And like in that run and like after maybe in the main series here and there they start wearing like leather like costumes similar to the movie. So like I thought it was interesting that
Okay.
like that came after or the movie. I don't know how much consulting went on. It's like, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're doing like a Ultimate X-Men line, and like where they're gonna have these costumes. I don't know how much consulting that went on because it was only a year apart. But I thought that was interesting because they do wear those like leather outfits in that run.
Hey, I wanted to ask you guys what your thoughts were on the fight scene in the beginning when we first see Wolverine, when Rogue actually like first sees him up in the cage fighting. If you guys cared at all for that, because I did like the knuckle scene where he like goes like fist for fist with the guy, and you could you just know like, all right, he shattered this guy's wrist or hand and everything. I thought that was kind of cool.
It was a good scene.
I liked Hugh Jackman in this. I liked Wolverine in this. I felt like it was the most consistent performance throughout. Like I didn't really have any issue with how they portrayed Wolverine or Hugh Jackman in it. Like I was like a fan of it throughout. Like he was the glue that kept this movie together. Oftentimes him and then Mystique. Like and I think it shows that they put more energy and effort into them with either their dialogue or the CGI or whatever the case may be. And then it's like all of the background characters kind of fell short. I mean, but then there was Rogue kind of.
And then there was Rogue.
I can't kick my boyfriend.
I honestly though, I don't know if you guys have the same sentiment of this, but I actually wish they try to make him look shorter or smaller because isn't Wolverine's supposed to be?
He's supposed to be short.
That much.
So I know some fans though.
Be like short.
Yeah,
Wolverine's supposed to be short.
Yeah,
Very short.
They make jokes about him being like short.
Yeah.
They call him like
Supposed to be a
midget and
little
stuff
man.
like in the comics.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They call him little guy and all this stuff. That's one thing I've heard from like fans. That's that even before I was into X-Men that I've heard people complain about is saying like how Hugh Jackman, like sure, like he plays the character right, but he is
Big as hell and tall as hell.
He's way taller than what Wolverine is.
I feel
He's a
like
big
that's
man.
fine.
But,
I feel like if
honestly,
you
I
hit
hope that when they
everything
do the
right.
MCU, I hope they do pick a shorter guy, just cause.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I think they should.
Hugh Jackman didn't bother me though because he was so iconic at that point.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
right.
Of my life, so I was like, yeah,
like that way.
Yeah. PJ here says, I hope the MCU X-Men movie, they ditch the boring, bland Matrix costumes and go with the more colorful and vibrant costumes. Yeah, I think they definitely will too. Yeah,
I think
if anything,
they've learned
hopefully
the
they'll stay
lesson.
they'll stay away from what they've done. Chet says Hugh Jackman have his all. Wait, have his all?
It's supposed to be gave his
Okay,
all.
gave his all.
Like,
Chat, damn it, you and your typos, my man.
Like something summer dinners.
Every movie, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the one that said Rachel Dinners in the chat.
Rachel Dinners.
Instead of Rachel Summers. That's so funny. Every movie, for me, I appreciate the effort and despise the scripts. Yeah, I'm curious. Oh yeah, okay. So he said he complained about the height. Yeah, he needed to be short.
Fair enough.
Yeah, needed to be
He
short.
needed to be short. He gave us all and needed to be short.
Yeah.
I feel like, would you rather have had someone who was short and then didn't give his all,
Well, technically, wasn't someone that other big actor? He was supposed to have
Tom Hardy. Couldn't they have done Tom Hardy?
No,
as
it's not.
well?
It wasn't Tom Hardy. Was it Tom Hardy? I don't
No,
think
I'm saying
Tom
that
Hardy.
he was somebody that was like people.
No,
were,
but
like,
there was someone else
speculating
who
on, like,
had the role already, but something happened.
God, I love
And, like,
Tom Hardy.
They used Hugh Jackman instead, but it was another big name actor.
Tom Hardy would work. He's shorter. He's Venom
know
though, so
Venom.
forget it.
He is Venom, but I feel like
They
he
could
does
get
a good
Topher
Venom.
Grace. Topher Grace.
Oh my god.
He needs to never show up in an MCU movie.
Yo,
Period.
I don't know. Yo, he's a good actor besides that movie.
No,
Yeah.
I can't. I feel
He was
like
great in the
anytime I
70s show.
see
He
him,
was.
Yeah, that's 70s.
Yeah,
that's
he was
70 show. That's it.
great.
I
Come
can't. I
on.
refuse.
Come on.
My mind is literally like, you will always be this. You can
I
never
just know him as
leave
Eric.
that.
Yeah, he's a
No,
little fuck.
Eric and Donna, Donna.
You know what I mean?
Eric.
He's not Venom. You know what I mean? Like, he's not Venom.
The teeth, the vampire teeth. I have that burned, that image in my head. It's just in my nightmares,
That's not
honestly.
Venom. Hope he comes back in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
I will cry.
My goodness.
Man.
What do you guys think of like the Brotherhood of Evil for Magneto? Like it being like Sabretooth, Toad, and then Mystique, and then there being like nobody else.
I'm gonna say, like, I actually wish there was
I thought
like
it was pretty good.
I wish
like,
there was
for-
like a bad guy group that was like I didn't feel that much against them. I was like, all right, they're
Like, are they doing their thing?
they're doing their thing. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like who's that guy in X2, the guy who makes the Sentinels, and he has a kid that's a mutant.
The main bad guy. The
Robert
Yeah,
Kelly?
He's a human.
Senator Robert Kelly?
no. He's is it Trusk or Trask or
Yeah, Trask.
Trask? Right? Yeah.
Oh,
I felt
Oliver
like
Trask.
he was like a better villain than Magneto was in this one because I'm like, oh, I kind of like Magneto, but I'm like, I kind of don't.
Listen,
like
if
him.
we're talking, the plot was terrible. Come on, the
Mhm.
machine. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a gripe with that. Why can't Jean stop the spinning machine at the end? She got telekinesis and all that. I
Mm.
can't. They depowered her like crazy.
Again, all of the women in that were
Right.
depowered.
And
That's
like, I
true.
guess you can make the argument where like, oh well, it's a trilogy, and like the third one, she's like Dark Phoenix. Like, nah,
So
bro. Like,
dumb.
come on. It's a spinning. It's very basic. I feel for
Yeah.
for someone of her Omega kind of caliber, and like,
Yeah.
you see something spinning, you need it to stop. Just make it stop. You know, like.
Yeah.
Candice,
come
what
on,
were
man.
you gonna say? I wanna hear.
No, I just it's really just like frustrating just seeing like all these like supposed to be like really iconic female characters in the comics, and then in the movie like just no one, they didn't get their time to shine.
Fell flat.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
I feel like the later ones, they were like, oh wait, maybe we did something wrong, and like gave them more spotlight, you know. But like still, like it wasn't. I mean, I haven't watched it recently, but still, I feel like the second and third ones, they still didn't spotlight them as much, especially like Storm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Storm
Missed
is such a
opportunities.
great character.
Doug Ray Scott was originally supposed to play Wolverine, but he had to make Mission
Who's that?
Impossible
Is that the
2.
guy I'm thinking? I don't even know what
Doug
Doug
Ray
Ray
Scott?
Scott looks like.
I'm looking him up.
Oh damn! Okay. Okay, I
He's-
could 100% see that.
See that famous dude?
I'm here for
Let me
that.
Google him real quick. All right.
Yeah, look.
Wait,
His
that's
name's
him in
Doug
Lord of the
Ray.
Rings? Was he in Lord
No,
of the
no,
Rings?
no, he
Doug
wasn't.
Ray
No, no,
Scott?
no, that's
Oh,
a
okay.
different dude.
Oh, okay.
But he was also approached to play Aragorn. He's approached to play all of the hot men in all of these movies.
Wait, no, I
That's-
thought it
yeah,
was
this
this other
guy
white
can
dude. I
play.
thought it was
Yeah,
this other
he can
dude.
play
He can play
I don't think it was
whatever.
this
I'm
dude.
here for it.
Yeah. I could play it.
I thought it was this other dude, not him.
Wait, Doug Ray Scott? Am I looking at the right
Nah.
guy? He just looks like this.
No, I think he bugging. Hold on.
Okay, you guys, do I need to like show my screen or something? How do you guys? Doug Ray
I think I'm
Scott.
looking at the wrong guy. This
Yeah,
guy does
no,
not
this
look
man
like
is a
some
beautiful
handsome
man.
guy. I don't-
Okay, right?
Yes, that man, that beautiful man.
To each their own, though. To each their own.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know.
not-
Haley.
Wait, hold on.
Doug Ray
Okay,
Scott.
With
wait, are
Singer
you
taking-
is
hold
he
on,
the
listen to
same
this.
person I am seeing?
I'm looking
With
at
Bryan
him.
Singer taking over as director,
Jackman
Russell
is a
Crowe
very
was the
good
first
looking
choice to
fellow.
play Wolverine, but he turned it
Russell
down.
Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
And he
No
turned
way.
it down.
No
turned it
way.
down.
Missed opportunity.
Missed.
Wait, I feel
Nah,
like
because
we
that shit would have
need
failed
to
anyway.
pull up a picture of Doug Ray Scott because Now
Okay.
I
I don't know.
feel
He
like I
was
need to be
younger, so I don't know.
vindicated.
I don't know. Hold on, Russell Crowe. Recommend
Chet
instead
says,
recommending his
Also, like
friend
a
actor
young
Hugh
version of
Jackman.
him, by the way, not like a.
Oh yeah, maybe I'm looking at the old version.
that's what I was. Maybe I'm looking at the older version. I'm like,
No,
this is
because
not
he's been in a
some
lot of
stud.
films.
I
He's
don't
like
know.
he's a decent looking dude. Okay.
Are we gonna talk about how good looking Doug Ray Scott is?
Okay, you know what?
What is a Doug Ray Scott? What kind of name is Doug Ray? Is it
Chet,
Doug or
Chet
is it
says
Ray?
Russell who? Yeah, Chet says here, totally dropped the ball with Colossus. Did he have three? Yeah, did he have 3 words in all of the flicks?
Yes.
True to Doug Ray. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do like that's a whole other movie. We won't get into that.
Listen, Colossus
gonna-
was underused in every single movie.
I know.
Every single movie. Every single one.
This is true.
Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
All of
Let me
them
tell
were
you something.
criminally underused. Like literally everyone except for Wolverine and Jean Grey, who was also depowered. So, and then you have Xavier and Magneto. Everyone else criminally underused. Literally the whole cast.
What are your
Maybe
thoughts
except
about Xavier? Patrick Stewart playing him, right? He's just like perfect or
perfect casting.
yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly, like I can't like because you know, like he's not a good person in a sense, right? In a sense, like the decisions he makes and what he does in the books and like his personality.
Well, he's a
not
jerk
good
sometimes.
person.
Yeah.
Like he's realistically he's not a good person, right? And like because I like Patrick Stewart so much, it would be very hard for me to see him portrayed
role.
in that role, in the dark decision making Xavier does
Really?
in a real like integral part. You know what I mean? Where like you're not a good guy. Like you're not Papa
This might
Xavier.
be the one thing I agree with you tonight.
Like,
Wait, really? But he can
The
give
one
off,
thing, Alan.
He can give off. I feel like he plays the role really well because I'm like.
I don't know. I feel like he's just a nice ass guy. Every time I look
Really?
at him, I'm like, he's such a nice guy.
I'm like, where's the Earl
he's a
Grey tea that
gentleman.
we should be drinking together?
He's
Patrick?
so-
No, I
Patrick
feel like he has
Stewart.
some like
I'm not
bodies in
gonna-
the closet for sure.
He's had some darker moments in Next Gen, right, Alan? Hasn't he had some
I've never
like
watched that. So.
being taken over and he's like, hasn't quite been the
I'm not
next.
saying he couldn't do it. Like he's a great actor. You know what I mean? I'm not saying
Go
he's
watch
not
some Next
capable.
Gen, Jason.
But I'm saying like as I see him as a person, Sir Patrick Stewart, he's just a nice ass dude.
I mean, maybe, but
I
also
can't see
still
him
bodies in the
being
closet.
dark. You know, especially as Professor Xavier though, he's been so like nice and like thinking of everyone and like, oh man, oh Jean, you're going through some things. I need to help you. And
He
like
still
he
felt
hasn't
shady.
he hasn't felt too. I mean the what's his face, the younger Professor X in the newer movies. He's done a good job of being like on like both sides of the line, being like, hey, like I'm a good guy, but at the same time, like I'm pushing it a little bit, And like,
what was he just?
seen
What
that.
else was he being?
Candice, what do you think of Professor Xavier as someone who, again, minimal knowledge,
I mean,
shady or not?
I don't see why he couldn't go shady. I mean, I don't like the way we're talking about him. We're making it sound like that he's like all warm and cuddly, but I just like, I think I see him going like either way. I mean, I don't see why not, especially like with what I've been seeing is like the relationship that he has with Magneto. Like, I don't see why he couldn't go a different direction. But yeah, I don't know enough to be like from based on the comics, But
Well, Jason's basing it off the actors.
But yeah, based
Well,
on
no, yeah, I just look at him and I'm just like,
I don't
that's
see why
Like
not.
he couldn't be as
a nice ass guy, and, like, even in the movies, like he hasn't, for me at least, I haven't seen him in that dark light, and I'm like, can't do no wrong. He has my back, man. Like, that's my teacher, Like that's my guy, Like he's always gonna have my back. Like I don't know, I've got that vibe from him.
I definitely do not get that vibe from him.
Yes,
That's completely fair.
That's Papa Stewart right there. That's Grandpa Stewart.
Papa Stewart.
Wheels. I'd go up to him, ask for advice.
Wheels.
That was my favorite scene. So, like, I sent these guys a clip of me watching the video or watching the movie again last night. When Wolverine walks into the room, calls Cyclops. He's like, Cyclops, Storm. What do they call you? Wheels? And then so I was like laughing so hard. I'm like, this guy's name is Wolverine. What the heck? Why is he making fun of all these other guys who have like these funny
Brooke
names?
said that too. Wolverine's like to her, oh, what kind of name is Rogue? And then she's like, what kind of name is Wolverine? So
Right.
That's
Y'all got
hilarious.
terrible names.
Hey, we got Inja Binja in the chat. What's going on, Inja? Wheels, yeah, great. Hey, what about the ending when Wolverine says that
Rogue
he has
got her hair?
No, even better. when Wolverine says, I got to take care of some things up north, he's talking Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I didn't know that.
They never went in that direction, but that's legit to the comic. I mean, that's like legit.
Jason.
But they had sequels. Why didn't they
He had
follow
to-
up on that?
Well, that's just
Because it was trash writing.
that's just them missing
That's
opportunities. Yeah. But imagine, I mean, Alpha Flight
I
next
didn't
up.
even
Like,
think of that until right now. You're right.
the minute he says up north, before he steals the bike or whatever, like that's just like, I'm like,
That's
yeah, he's going to
terrible.
handle his business.
How
Think
do you
about,
set
we just
that
read
up
those
the
issues,
first one?
so
Have a sequel. Have a
Mhm.
trilogy at that point.
right.
Don't even like follow up on that seed. Like that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't really-
Yes, John Stout, Sir Patrick Stewart. That's
Sir
right.
Patrick Stewart.
That's right.
Yes. Knighted.
I just want I want a sir before my name.
That would be awesome.
It feels so proper.
Sir
You got
Charles.
shy. That works.
That kind of pisses me off. I didn't even catch that, bro. The Alpha Flight thing that pisses me off now.
Come
They
on,
had
Jay.
they
Jason's
had
gonna be
two other
thinking about
movies.
this for like the whole
Come on,
weekend.
They had two other movies.
I know they missed.
It was at
they
the end
missed it.
too. It was at the end. It's not like
Yeah.
it was in the middle. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
no,
to Canada like later
Yeah.
on.
He had to go handle his business, and then they
That's
just
crazy.
they never followed up about it.
Trash.
Yeah,
Um,
Alpha Whiff. There it is. Turned into an Alpha Whiff. Yep.
So
It did.
I wanted to, Candice, what is like the one part of the movie that you're like, no, I do not like? Besides, okay, obviously the female characters not being super upfront, but like, what is the thing that you're like, this is trash? I do not, because you gave it such a generous score. I'm super curious as to what you were like. I'm not about this moment.
let me think about that. I mean, yeah, some of the characters, of course, like I mentioned, that I kind of like with Toad and Sabretooth, and just kind of like what was like they're just thrown in there for kind of no reason. Let me try to think. Let me think what I don't know.
Just as
I just felt like it was pretty good for introductory, but maybe that's kind of also why it's like at a fault too, is it just doesn't have enough like extra like substance to it, where it's just very
It's like, here are the people.
yeah, like I think it would have been a lot better if they would have, catered to also fans that have been watching it for like years. I mean, that was the beginning of them starting to make those kinds of movies, I guess. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm trying to think what else happened.
It was 2000, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
but
Again,
still, how
Lord
you
of the
gonna
Rings
see
came
it
out in
after-
2001, a year later. So much better
there's
movie.
a lot of movies in the early 2000s that had stronger stories.
Water.
It is Brian's humor. It is Brian's
Yeah.
humor.
No,
Because
it
even
was
like,
terrible.
even if all of the CGI was bad, which it wasn't, right? We had Mystique.
Mhm.
The writing, it was really a default. Like you had a stacked cast, you had like decent budget for obviously for CGI for Mystique.
Mhm.
So really, it was just like the actual script of it was trash. Like
Yeah, it was.
I'm just mad because you had all these
It was
people.
garbage.
You made. Jason said, "Bobby, white yogurt."
Yeah.
Plant,
Vanilla
Plain
yogurt.
yogurt. Plain
no
yogurt.
blueberries, no granola, no nothing, no
Storm,
substance.
like all of it. It's like if you would have just given them even a halfway decent
Terrible.
script, halfway decent, this movie would have been so good.
Would have been really
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
you know what I want to
I would
bring
have
up was
forgiven
the,
all of the bad, like fight scenes.
Were you gonna say something, Candice?
Oh yeah, it's like you don't like they didn't have to have like a huge backstory for this first one, but it's like yeah, they could have added a little bit more substance to each character than. Well, a lot of them didn't get much to say anyway, but yeah, even just kind of giving like just more insight to like personality and stuff like that, like would have been good.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never seen The Matrix, so
I've seen
What?
one only.
everyone's face in this.
I've only seen the first one.
I'm gonna just.
That's
Hailey.
the only one that matters.
Haley.
That's the only one that matters. So
Yeah. Just send her away. Send her away.
Haley.
I'm just gonna. I hid myself.
Oh
I
my.
was like, I don't make a judgment.
Oh my goodness! Wow, dropping bombs here tonight.
I feel like every movie review, I should just be like, here is an iconic film I've not watched, but let me tell you about the 17 Hallmark movies I've watched.
That is literally.
Oh my goodness! Look at chat. What she just say? What?
Are you unsubscribing now? Like, are we just not friends anymore?
Yeah, you just
chat?
gained a follower and lost a follower all in one night, Haley. My goodness. Yeah, Matrix might have to go on our list here at some point.
I'm here for it. If I have people to talk about it with, it gives me more reason to watch a movie I would probably literally never watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
You would. Oh my god.
I feel like I've just stunned everyone into like.
Yo, this one's for Hailey, right?
There you go.
This is our reaction.
This
for
is
Haley.
for me.
Yeah. Not the bottom part.
Not the bottom part.
Not the bottom part.
I was like, oh, thank you.
But yeah, our faces. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay now
welcome,
because I feel like all of us just like dropped our jaws.
It was a good screenshot, just like everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So yeah. What were your guys' thoughts on what's his name? Senator Kelly and him turning into this like
Jello
liquidy
man.
fish. Yeah.
What was that, Jason?
What
What did
was
you do?
the dancing?
Can you do that again? I didn't catch
It's like Jello.
I mean, I like how he was able to go through the bars. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then for them
That
to be
was
gone,
really good CGI. There we
Yeah,
go. That was
it was
really
good.
good CGI. It creeped me
I thought it was cool.
out. I was like, oh, he
Yeah,
can do it. He can do it. And he like slid through.
yeah,
And then he like, what I didn't understand was his beach appearance. Like, was he swimming? Was he just a blob floating? Thank
Right.
you.
right.
And then he just comes and he was like transparent, but then not. And then he's like just naked and he's like, I'm just walking. Plot holes. Like, I just didn't understand. Were you not swimming? So you were just casually floating as like a blob
Slowly
in the sea?
from the water.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
We know one thing from that scene. He's now
What?
a registered sex offender in that state.
I can.
That's true.
I thought Senator Kelly was terrible. Honestly,
Yeah.
like the whole plot of him making that Jello
Yeah.
mutant, like,
I know
was
that's from the
terrible. I was like,
Matrix
what
chat.
the hell is it? You know what I mean? Like,
So I was
God damn.
writing my notes while I was reading or watching it, and this is all I had for him. He turned into liquid and then died,
there you go. Exactly. That's terrible.
basically. That
So
was what I got from him.
I do like. There you go, Alan. There you go. I do like the dialogue though. What as he's dying on the table and Storm is there with him, because it is like kind of highlighting, the idea of like this guy who's judged a certain type of people, and now she's like
The message.
yeah, like the point and the takeaway of
I
that.
do agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was a little bit.
That was also
on
Storm's
the
5
serious
minutes
note.
of fame or 2
That was her, right. That was
But
it.
she ran away like such a scared
Yeah, that was right.
child, and I
that
was
was
like,
right. The runaway
I feel
was
like-
weird. Yeah.
That's
I was
weird.
She's an Omega level mutant.
She's an-
like,
right,
just
she should be-
freaking out
but she's
and-
like, oh my god, I can't.
Like, come on, man.
And then we run away. Like what? What?
Yeah.
I was so bothered by
Yeah.
that. I was like, she was like, this is gross. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Another time, right?
Yeah.
It was a different time, I guess.
But I will say, I hated Senator Kelly more than I hated like Magneto.
Topher
right?
Grace. Oh yeah.
Oh, fact.
That's why I feel like
I still hate
felt-
Topher Grace.
But like, I feel like Magneto is always gonna be a character, whether you read the books or not. He's always gonna be a character, whether he's portrayed as a villain or an anti-hero. You're gonna see his side because he's being persecuted by the majority,
Right.
and like
Exactly.
no matter what story you try to spin that as, even if you read the books or not, even if you know his backstory or not, you're gonna somewhat agree with that and be like, you know what, like he's like the underdog in a sense,
Mhm.
right? Even taking out the whole hatred in that aspect. He's the underdog, right? So I feel like people are still gonna like flock to him and like understand his reasoning of why he's doing what. Because I didn't think he was wrong. I was like, even though the plot was terrible, like the
not at
making machine.
Right.
I was like, do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Well, and you understand it. I think like that's
Rooting for
such a huge part is like they give a little bit of his backstory. And I mean, most of the reason why I love Magneto, like outside of like in the comics, is because he is like an anti-hero. He has like such a tenderness for the mutants. And like there's even that part where he's like, I'm going to make them part of us. So that way that this initiative is their initiative, like mine is theirs, and it's not in this, like he doesn't know at that point. They even say through the movies, like he doesn't know that the senator has died. Like he thinks that he's survived and he's now just a mutant. I think, right, like the senator is the one to hate in the film, but not necessarily Magneto, because that's the whole point of giving his backstory is like the trauma and the hatred and the oppression that he's gone through, and then he comes back and he's like, I just want people to care, and I know enough from my personal experience that people will not care if they are not a part of, if they are not also oppressed. And so that's how he's like seeing it. And I thought they did a good job of that in some sense. And I mean, that's period why I like Magneto. I am just here. I'm a Magneto stan, like always.
That's my guy.
He's a great character.
He's a phenomenal character. He's written always, I think,
That's
really
Uncle
interestingly.
If I had a problem, I go to Uncle Eric. Like, yo, something going on, man. You need to help me out.
Something going on, man.
And it's like you have Charles and him who are still friends, but it's like no one's gonna be friends with the senator. No one wants to be friends with the senator. The senator just sucks. It's bad. It's not. It's
not a
bad.
good guy at all.
Yeah, it's not a good guy. So, yeah, no, I love how they did Magneto because, like, you don't end up hating him. You're just kind of like questionable decisions.
Right.
Could do better.
But you get it. Like you get
Disney,
why he's like, where is that?
Exactly.
Well, with Chet's comment, I feel like even though it's Disney, that like you can't bring in Magneto without that backstory. Like,
no, you can't.
Right.
It makes
right,
zero
right.
sense.
I understand why they would want to tiptoe, but like, come on, it's a real event that happened, and it's something that like shouldn't be afraid to be talked about and stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think they would tiptoe though. I mean, if we're thinking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier had like some points that
I thought,
which I think would have been more like provocative for like the time, right? And then just with the documentaries that they share in general, like I would be really surprised if they had that, especially with some of the like Stanley Kirby documentaries that they've had on Disney Plus. They talk about that. They talk about the, their heritage and their Jewish heritage and even what was it, the Captain America cover with Hitler getting punched on the cover. I would be really surprised if they decided like that was the thing they're going to tiptoe. I mean, in general, we're getting
I don't think so either.
Darker shows, Moon Knight. Like even the small clip that we've seen, you see Moon Knight just like beating someone to pulp. I'm like, that's dark. You got the Eternals that had a sex scene. Like, I feel like Disney is in general getting a little bit more mature, is allowing itself to be. They did, and that's crazy. I was like, they really went and did that, and that's awesome. So, I would be surprised if that's the thing they decided to hold back on. Like, I would be so disappointed if that is the thing they decided to like pull back on, especially with all of the representation that they're trying to bring in and intentionality in these shows. Like they're trying to like bring in creators who are writing intentional characters. So yeah, man, that would be such a disappointment. I would be so sad, but I don't think that they would. I really hope, because didn't it get announced too that there was going to be some kind of Magneto show with Disney Plus?
Oh, that's so.
I never heard of the show from. Nothing like that. I saw Todd here.
I don't think they would make a solo show without introducing him in like a. They would definitely do a movie first, right? Iceman?
So it was rumored. It was rumored in October. Marvel rumored to be developing Disney Plus series for Magneto.
Ooh.
I mean, listen, I don't know.
I missed that.
So when the news first leaked online, that Evan Peters had boarded the cast of WandaVision rumors instantly began. So it was around WandaVision.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm. So I don't know how
Trying to
how
bring the dad in and all that.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I
'Cause
hope it's real.
Like if you think about it
Yeah,
now,
honestly,
like
speaking on the Fox movies with Magneto, though, they did in the newer ones with like the younger Magneto. I feel like they did him right. Like as far as like some of the
Yeah,
backstory with like his original daughter and his original wife,
Yeah,
and, like
I like that.
hiding away in the woods and like that. Those specifics. Let me tell you something. The Fox Mutants X-Men series, the only good things were the Magneto scenes.
Wait, Haley hasn't
and-
seen this, right? Haley, you haven't seen these?
I don't know. You haven't? Oh, then you're
No.
gonna love it.
I haven't
You're
seen
gonna
Yeah,
love it.
anything. I
you're-
saw
you're-
this Iceman, and that's
That was
it.
it.
That's all
Yeah.
I have
It's
watched.
literally every like dramatic or like fight scene Magneto has that they spotlight him.
They
in
do a
is
great job.
Fire. They
Yeah,
do him
good job.
justice. They spend the money for on him. And
So are we gonna watch them? Because
that's what is.
Yeah, after Matrix,
is great.
oh God, I got 2 to recommend. Jeez, guys.
Is this
I
true
have-
though? Is this true though that they're I didn't I mean not
I have
is
no
it
idea.
true, but I didn't hear about that.
I have
Todd,
no
that's
idea.
interesting. Saying that that was the plan, a solo movie. That would have been awesome too. But
give
I
it
would
to
say
me.
no.
I want it. Don't spoil it for chat.
We
Thank
won't
you.
spoil it, we won't spoil it.
I ain't
No,
spoiling
honestly, I feel like Disney will actually do a better job because, like, if you think about it, all the directors they're bringing on right now are actually people that really like the content that they're creating, right? Like Jon
Yeah.
Favreau doing Mandalorian. He's a huge Star Wars fan, right?
yeah,
Like they're gonna probably bring in people that understand like all of the stories, like
Mhm.
not like Bryan Singer who told people not to read the books, right?
right.
So
Craziness.
exactly,
Terrible.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
feel like it's such a awesome era for like superhero films and like the MCU, and I'm just obvious. I feel like probably Disney Plus would have happened, but the like COVID happened and Disney Plus happened, and like to the rate in which they're now making it a priority, I feel like it's such a huge opportunity to create really insane content with like the TV shows and things of that sort. Like to live during the era of the streaming and the TV shows, like I'm excited.
Yeah, we're in a good place. We're definitely in a good place. Yeah, John Stout, Magneto and Mephisto as a buddy villain show. I love it.
Give it to
But-
me.
There you go. Get some Mephisto in there. No, Scott, chat, I have not read your Hulk Annual 7 yet. I don't know why I said Scott. Because it's Scott there. All right, that makes sense.
Oh,
That's Scott.
okay,
I don't know why I find that
You gotta
so
give it to
funny.
me. You gotta. Yeah, I don't know why either, Jay. Yeah, I haven't read the Hulk Annual 7 yet. Chet's been trying to get me to read this book because it
He
was a
bought it for you.
tie-in.
Just read it, dude.
He
bought
literally
it.
bought it for me, and it's in a pile somewhere now. This one, I told him like I have it on Marvel Unlimited, and I just
Come on.
Yeah, but you
man.
have the physical copy. You got to read it.
literally at the
Read the
trade
damn
at our
comic.
last Comic-Con, he was like before we like all went in different directions. He's like, by the way, look what I just found. Here, it's yours. He like literally hands me the
He
copy.
went out of his way. Just
Yeah,
read the damn book. Put it up your list, man.
It's on the
Come
list.
on.
It's on the list. I can't. I got so many things
If I
on the list.
bought
man.
you a book
Yeah,
to
don't
read,
pick on her for
See,
me.
And
I
it's a
feel like
single
Chet and
issue.
I have had a really special relationship through
You
the
get-
show. He's like been like, we're friends, we're not friends, we're friends, we're not friends. It's
I just read his
some
comment. Why would I
up
highlight
and-
that?
up
That's
and
silly.
down.
Why would I highlight that? Hey, Carlito, what's up, brother? Thanks for stopping in, man.
Hello.
Yeah, Jay. I mean, you had gotten me what's it called? Texas Blood. Do you remember that?
oh yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, you're a dick.
It's on my
You're a dick.
it's
I
up
gave
on
it
my
to you,
shelf
like,
right now.
like 6
I'm
months
worried.
ago, dude. I'm obviously pulling your
You
leg,
did
but, like,
give it to me a long time ago.
You should read it. It's
I know I want to. I
With some
haven't had a
alcohol.
chance to that's what you said. You said you gotta have some alcohol, you gotta read
with
this
some
book.
alcohol.
And there's
so-
more. I mean, that series is ongoing still, right?
Yeah, but I haven't kept up. But
Oh, okay.
definitely read the first trade. Definitely read the first. trade.
I've heard
It's
some
great.
people talk about it.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, sorry, John.
I completely forgot. Yeah, I gave it to you. Yeah, I forgot. This guy, huh?
The backlog. He has a huge backlog of
But
books.
like you said, it's a single issue. I should give.
Yeah, if I
Chad
give you a
shot
single issue, that's why I didn't care.
Yeah,
It's a whole
yeah.
trade. If I give you a single issue, come on, read the single issue when you get back to me. Oh, come on.
That's how I feel
I have-
about the 7 secrets that Jason gave me. I need to read it, but
Oh, that's a good
I've been
one.
telling you to read that too. Actually,
here. I have the trade. I have the
You
trade.
love Tom
I got it
Taylor.
half off.
It's
half
fire.
off.
I mean, John hates it.
Yeah,
John
I know
hates
John
it.
hates it.
But
Yeah.
does he
fire.
really?
He only read the
Alright.
first.
fire.
He only read the first. So
It's fire. But we're here to
I-
talk about
I-
X-Men
I have
9.
a question.
yeah. We're going off course.
I have a question for you guys. So I think one of the things that like I wanna bring up like at the end of each of our like like comic reviews is, would you recommend like someone coming into comics or like coming into like the hobby like to watch the movie that we're watching? Because like I feel
For
like
sure. This
for
one
me,
for
I
sure.
would be like, yeah, you should watch this because you're just
100%.
coming into it. Yeah, definitely watch this. Like it's
1000%.
not that bad. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
so bad that you're like, if you watch this will deter you from reading. I think if anything,
right.
if you can preface it with like the books are better, which usually that's just like how it always is, anyways.
Mhm.
I
Except
mean,
for Hunger Games.
I think like Candice had said
Except
earlier,
Hunger
it's a really
Games.
good introductory film. Like you're
Yeah,
seeing it
that's
from
true.
the perspective of Wolverine, essentially, who's learning this whole new world, and they're introducing a lot of characters. So if for nothing else, you're like, oh, I kind of think that person's interesting, but I didn't get a lot of them in the film, then you could go and read about that person. So, yeah, I would recommend the film. Wouldn't recommend
I feel
Spider-Man
like-
3 for
I
not
feel like
anyone.
I feel like whether you're a fan or not, like Hugh Jackman Wolverine is so iconic. Like even the everyday Joe Schmo knows what that is. So like I feel like they have a general interest regardless because of Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean? Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
oh yeah, it's a terrible plot line, but you should watch it for sure.
Watch it.
Everyone
What about
should.
you, Candice?
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, I wish that I would have like read them first. I don't know. Like, do you guys think that that's something like that, from their perspective, that someone should actually read it first before they watch it, or do you think it's good to just see it this way? I don't know. That's
It's
I feel like
tough.
sometimes it's both. I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes it's both because like people get into it from films, right? And like they go back and then they learn about stuff because that's how it happened for me. I wasn't a fan of X-Men since growing up with childhood, but like I definitely had a phase in my youth like everyone else, and then life happens, right? And then you do other things. So like I feel like it's definitely a mix of both, right? Like
Mhm.
get in with the films, especially with the MCU, and you go back and learn, and like you can still appreciate the film for what it is, right? And like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
That's
books
how I
even
got
more.
into comic collecting. I mean, I watched
Exactly, yeah.
WandaVision and I was like,
You want to go explore more?
Hell yeah.
I need to know every little thing now about
Mhm.
them. And so, yeah,
I feel like sometimes it's even better that way because like
the comics
well,
are so
I
much
take
better.
it back. I feel like it's better
some
that way
ways.
sometimes for more people of the younger generation because of the kind of routine of like everything's available in this day and age, right? And like you can binge whether it's a show, books, whatever content in general, you can binge it, right? You couldn't do that years ago. So I feel like it's even better for those people just getting in because they have so much and it might be overwhelming, but there's so much that you won't run out in a sense, and like you have a whole new world to dive into in a sense. So like I feel like it's good in that way, because there's just so much that you can go to.
So one thing that kind of reminds me of is I was just at the casino recently and I wore a Marvel.
Oh yeah, did you win money? I don't
Marvel
ask you. Did
shirt.
you win money?
Define win.
Yeah, so we don't have to talk.
So I have a shirt. It says Marvel across the front, and so we go out to dinner, or where were we?
Oh yeah,
Breakfast. It was breakfast. Yeah, so went had breakfast, and the lady that sat us, she just like openly was like so passionate and excited to see my shirt, and was just, and there's like this older woman. She said that she never like followed along with anything of these characters or anything, and it was like her grandkids that like talked so much about it, and so she like watched one with them, and then she ended up just loving it. And she said she went back. She said she started watching like any film that like had Marvel written on it. And then her grandkids told her like, no, you have to go watch it in a certain order. And she's like, oh, I had no idea. She literally told me all this in like 2 minutes while we're like waiting to like be
I
seated.
just want my food.
Yeah. No, but I love her passion for it. And like just thinking of someone like that who, never read the comics or anything like that and just happened to stumble across the movie. And then out of nowhere, just something sparked, and she was just like, I love all of it. So like I remember when we were leaving, she like said goodbye on the way out, and I said something like, make sure you're watching make sure you're watching all the TV shows too, like Hawkeye and all these other ones. She's like, oh yeah, I hear they all tie in and all this stuff. And she was like, and I don't know if she'd ever go back and read the comics at this point, but
I feel like with that enough enthusiasm, I think
maybe
after she's running out of shows and movies, she's like, I need
more.
more.
I need more. Yeah.
That's why the MCU
Go back.
is like genius. Like I was one of those people where it's like I watched WandaVision and I was like, holy moly, I am obsessed with it. And then my cousins were like, okay, well, we've been trying to tell you this for pretty much a decade, and watch it in order. And then I did, and I was like, my mind was blown because I think.
Oh yeah, you did go back. I remember that time where you were talking about it, where you went back and watched everything in order.
I had literally watched Infinity War, cried, had no idea why I was crying because I knew nothing about anyone, but was like, this emotionally hits with me. And then I watched WandaVision because I had Disney Plus. And then I decided to go back and binge like everything in chronological order. And it was like, I remember being that person that was probably the most annoying friend to like anyone I knew because I was like, you guys.
Did you watch
this? The genius of the storytelling of like decades of movie and film, like it's honestly really mind-blowing and amazing. As someone who like is a huge lover of like literature and art in so many different ways, and then to watch something as, I mean, it sounds so cheesy, but like the MCU and to see what they did over decades and have really brought together, you're just like, that's actually really profound. That is historical. Yeah. No one is doing this. No one like can actually touch this. Yeah. Like even if they wanted to touch the MCU to even be comparable, DC tried. You would have to actually put in the years of work. And I am just.
That's called vision.
Such a
all
fan.
all I'm hearing from this is that she watched Infinity War, and then a second later she clicked and was able to watch Endgame, which is so popping. Like how nice is that?
I didn't watch Endgame
in the comfort of your own home. You watch Infinity War, you're like, oh my god, and you click in the next one, and it's the next movie. Like that's great.
Though I wish, like honestly, seeing the theater reactions of Endgame, I really wish, like, I wish I would have listened to my cousins because my cousins were like. Marvel movies, and I was like, ha ha ha, like stupid superhero movies don't have any depth to them. Literally was like so snobby. Like my cousins probably hate me now, but I just like didn't care. And then I did all of that, and I see the screen reactions or the theater reactions. I'm like, what a moment. Now I'm like, if I can see every film on like opening weekends in theaters, I will 100% do it. Unlike some people who watch it on their phone. So
whoa. Watch it on my phone, yo. Yo, you know what's crazy though? One of my friends sent me the HD file for No Way Home, so I got that on my computer. Yo, so how
listen, I'm going to talk to you after the show, man.
Haley, this one's for you. This is for you. The bottom this time too. The bottom. That's great. Speaking of seeing films when they first come out, Jason, let's see, it's coming up here. It's close. The 9th. I have a reminder for the 10th of February. Batman tickets go on sale.
Oh, you want to? No, I don't want to go with you, so don't ask me.
Why?
Wait, what?
You know that meme? Don't ask me.
What?
No, I don't want to go with you, bro. No, I'm just saying.
I will watch
that. I will watch it.
No, but you have to come with us and not watch it before that.
On your phone.
Yeah.
Like none of this. No,
I didn't watch it on my phone. Hop off my. There's no cursing on here, so I'm very respectful. But, I'll say that.
All right, we'll book.
All right, can I drop the two recommendations I have for
Yes.
the next one? I'm gonna like
actually
say
really excited for that.
Either the Batman with like Keaton, like the one with Keaton and what's his name?
The Flash.
Jack
I want to see the
Nicholson?
Flash, man. Yeah.
Or like.
I want to see that.
Or like what is that? God, would you guys want to watch Batman or Blade for the next one?
Are you talking about the original, or which Batman are you talking? Keaton?
The very very first one, like with Keaton and like Jack.
Oh,
Nicholson.
my fault. I thought you were talking about the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would totally be down for that.
Batman. I'm like not
I thought we
interested
was
in Blade, but we'll
very
totally
next
do
one?
it if the group wants to.
I thought we was doing X2. Keeping with the theme.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we could-
yes,
we-
I want to grow
We're
my
definitely
Listen, this is a democracy, so I don't care. But I thought there was a theme
I
going
like how
on.
you
so
look at your Hennessy like.
What's up, Dan?
All right,
That's all I gotta say.
It's a democracy.
I thought it was a democracy. I'm a little disappointed, so I was thinking to take
Wait,
a
I do
drink,
want to
so-
see X-Men 2, and I only want to chat about it with you all. But also, the
How
new
do you go from
Batman
X-Men to
comes
Batman?
out. The new Batman comes out next month, right?
Yeah,
Is it next month?
Well, you got to book. Yeah, you got to book this on the 10th. You have to book
Is
your
it
tickets.
this month or next month?
It comes out next month, March.
Okay, so what if we
Oh,
do
yeah, it's
X-Men
February.
2 and then also Batman? Like we do a 2.
Yeah, yeah. But yes, I agree. We should do Batman when it comes out. I do want to do X2, but wait.
No, I mean like the old
Alan-
school Batman that Alan's talking about. Like
Oh,
this
you
month.
were. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so like
Well, hold
we
on,
do
the-
X-Men 2 and then we do. I just want to book all of your time, Justin.
I know.
So, like,
We're doing Legos. We're doing... no, wait.
and
So
all new Wolverine. We're doing that.
wait, what did you
What
say,
about
Alan?
Wolverine?
Alan, wait, what did you say, Alan?
I was like, are you guys talking about Lego Batman? Because I'm down for Lego Batman.
Oh no. I mean,
yeah,
we
I
could
mean,
throw
I
that
don't
in
know.
there too.
I guess should we?
No.
Sorry. Okay.
Hold on. So Alan, you're talking about the old Batman. Yes. I do want to add that, but I do think that we should review the new stuff. I mean, as it comes out too. So I feel like
Yeah.
March should be the new Batman, right? We are well, assuming we're all going to see it. If
Yeah,
we're gonna
100%.
wait,
Zoe
If we're-
Kravitz is in it. Period. Done. That's all you needed to get me into that film. So
Yes.
I'll watch it for sure. I'll go with you if you want. You know,
yeah.
I'll do it up.
Jason's like,
Yeah.
twist my arm.
Jason, you have to be like, I'm going to be texting you at the morning of the 10th, and you have to be on your phone and ready to grab a seat, and we're all going to be on our phones. I'm
I
going to
thought
tell
we
you
were
which
gonna do
one.
it earlier. I thought we would book tickets earlier or seats earlier or something.
It is early. We got to the 10th is when it actually opens, like the availability to
Oh, that's
book
not
seats,
when the movie.
and this goes. They go. This is like an exclusive, thing. Like the seats sell out like
Okay.
crazy for Friday.
Okay.
To see
I
it
got you.
Friday night, March 7th or whatever it is, Friday night.
Okay.
We're trying to see it Friday.
I'll do
so-
it.
Jason's like, what is this exclusivity club? I've just watched things.
You
on
have
the
to get
laptop
you
and
have to
stuff.
get an AMC. You really should get a membership. We're just gonna start going
I'm
see all
not
these
gonna
movies
get a
together. You need to get a membership, bro. I signed up for
I'm
Hickman.
not
You should
getting
sign
no
up for
membership. Oh,
AMC. All right, which is
Y'all need
true.
to sign up for Tom
Okay.
King, is what I am feeling.
Oh yeah, good call. Candice,
No,
are you a Tom
amazing
King
call.
fan?
I feel like I haven't read enough.
Oh
Okay.
my god. Okay, everyone.
Haley's
Give
been.
me all the rest.
She said
Okay,
you got it.
Candice,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
needs
we
to
need
read
more.
Tom King immediately, starting with Vision, and then
It's the fourth.
I agree.
signing up. Honestly, just signing up for his like little Substack. You don't even need to actually sign up. You could read the first issue for free of Everlasting Love,
Let
and
it
it
check.
is amazing. It is so. It's so good.
I'll read the beginning of Vision and I'll share with you, Candice. We could have our own little book club.
It's so
Just
good.
said he has to be as beautiful as Doug Gray Scott. There you go.
Honestly, and
That's
if you
a
like
terrible
Hickman, you'll like Tom King. There's
What
just
name is
layers.
that, dude?
Layers.
Okay.
Stay
Yeah,
Tom
Tom-
proud.
Wait, Tom King. Wait, Alan, you haven't read Tom? Or you're saying that you've read it?
If you like Hickman, you'll like Tom
I
King
will.
because they.
I will.
So the one thing with Tom King that I know some people get hesitant about is, I don't know if you guys heard of that whole like charade with him calling out an artist and judged him for something that like was not true apparently.
What happened? I ain't hear that. What
I
Did
happened?
you
didn't
hear
hear it.
all the details of that? Oh man, I don't even know if I want to like say the details because I don't even have 100% of like what had happened. But he basically accused an artist of something that was like incorrect in society, and the artist like he like said it and blamed this guy before he like talked to him or confirmed anything, and it made Tom King look really bad because he like just jumped the gun on
So
throwing
was he
this.
wrong?
He was wrong, and but the thing is, because he's got a lot of followers, he tweeted it, and like it put so much shade on this one particular
One
guy
artist.
out of nowhere, like, and he had to like try to really like defend himself on. I feel bad because I can't explain the.
No,
I
that's
don't know. I
fair.
feel like
That's fair.
well, I would need
It
to
happened
learn
like
a little
a year
more,
ago, year and a half.
honestly. But
Yeah.
from the sounds of it, it seems like, hey man, that's at a certain point because there's certain mistakes where like you obviously got a certain outlook on life, but I feel like that's a mistake that can be rectified.
He
maybe.
missed right.
You know, it doesn't sound too bad depending on.
I think it was more of his apology was like weak.
Yeah,
I mean, I probably
Right,
believe
people.
that. I honestly,
Right,
I don't know
yeah.
Tom King as a person. Like, I follow maybe his Instagram, and that's maybe about it. And like, he doesn't post like a lot of like himself on there. It's more of just his comics. So that might all be very well and true.
Yeah, like and
And
with all this said, like I'm still like
writing
huge
is-
fan of Tom King fan. You know,
his
like,
writing
his-
is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Vision,
so good.
Everlasting Love. I have never read, even with the Hickman stuff, I've actually never read a Substack that has made me want to sign up for the premiere, like highest. I want to give them my money, like so badly. Like I would give them my money before Hickman kind of money, which really says a lot for me.
Careful, Jason's on here. Careful.
I know we won't be friends after this. It's just so good. It's so good. Ugh. Yes.
Take it easy, all right?
No, it is.
He's like, have a drink. The
Everlasting Love. He gives you 24 pages where you think you're going into a romance.
Relax, okay?
Sir, did you just tell me to really?
Oh no!
So good though. No, yeah, his writing's amazing. I really think he does a really good job of layered storytelling, where you're not just getting everything on the surface. You really have to like sit with it, which is the kind of writing I appreciate the most.
You said it's free, right? The first issue.
Yeah, the first issue.
Totally
free,
right?
Get
I'll
on
read
it.
For sure.
Free.
I'll read it for sure. 100%.
And it's really
free.
Fun going through it. It's like 25 pages. The art is amazing. And again, it's one of those things where you set off into the story and you're like, it's definitely this. And the further you get into it, you're like, is it though? And then you're like, oh no, it's not. And then you're like deep into it.
It's kind of like Rain, right? Because straight
Rain,
up, like I told you, I was like, yo,
Justin.
that shit is not going to be for me. You know, I'll read it. I'll read it online, but it's not going to be for me. But then when I read it, I was like, damn, that shit was fine.
That's Everlasting Love. I feel like a lot of people would not actually read Everlasting Love because it's pitched as a romance in a lot of ways. When people are like, yeah, no. And for me, I'm here for the romance. We'll stay for whatever else comes. And I think in that way, it's not necessarily thought as for everyone. But the deeper you get into it, you're like, no, this could really be for everyone. And so I think that it's really good. And yeah. I'm fangirling hard. I mean, I just read that Vision director's cut. I'm on like this like Tom King high.
Love it.
No, I'll definitely read it because that's exactly how I felt about Rain. I was like, it seems like some romance. It could be great, but it's just not
so much
my
more,
thing, right?
Yeah.
But then when I read it, I was like, oh wow, like, it was good. Like, you know, so I'll definitely check this out.
Yeah, I just want to. It's free, so I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on the first issue at this point because I was really impressed. Everlasting Love.
I'll look it up right now.
Wait, so Candice and Alan, did you two read Rain or not yet?
No.
I also have not read Rain. I bought Rain because of you. Have not read it though.
Oh, Hailey, you haven't read it yet either. Okay. So that's
you know what? I haven't read it either. I take it back. I plucked it out of my memory. I haven't read it either. So.
All right, that's homework. That's homework for all of you. Yeah, homework for all of you.
No,
Jason, second time around, Jason.
It was good. It was good.
What is our next movie? Is it?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
wait. What is this?
Yeah.
Is it X2? Is it Blade? What's going on?
I feel like we could do 2 in 1 month. I'm just saying. I feel like it is possible.
I'm fine with 2.
Justin is like, I have 0 time for any of y'all.
I'm very booked, but we'll figure this out.
I'm very booked.
All right, so let me write these options down. So we have X2, we have Matrix, huh?
And I threw in.
I feel
Batman.
like Matrix could wait. Like, you know, do I
need
to be watching that?
I don't know.
Candice is nodding her head. Yes. Candice, are you a Matrix fan or no?
I agree
with the first one. It was really good. It's just it's a different tone. So
okay, all right. So X2. I'm just making a list right now. So Matrix, Batman.
I'm a fan of Alan's Batman.
Listen, I don't know where Batman came from. Alan can go back. Go back to the cliff or wherever he got this idea from. That was out of left field. Matrix. Haley says she ain't watching, so that makes sense.
He climbs mountains.
What was the other one? There's another
Blade.
You know what? I give that a
No.
pass because Blade's the shit.
So I saw some people in the
No,
comment
I
section
don't wanna
talking about
watch
Blade.
that.
But where you get Batman from, man? Go
I
to
saw
DC
that.
and
I
all
don't know.
I
that.
want to watch Alan's Batman. Alan and I are gonna do a movie review.
I mean, I'll watch it.
I mean, you
But I
guys
thought we were
haven't
going
done
X2.
DC yet, so maybe you want to do DC.
True, just to mix it
Yeah,
up.
just
I mean,
Thank
fucking
you,
like-
Pyro.
Candice.
I do want to mix some DC in at some point
Yes.
for sure.
Just mix it in.
I mean, we have to talk Harley Quinn because that's my girl. So just saying, definitely got to talk some Harley Quinn. All right, so I have X2, Matrix, Batman 1, and Blade, and that doesn't count the new Batman, which is like automatic for March. I feel like that's
Oh,
got to
for
be
sure.
automatic for
Oh,
March, right?
we gotta watch that.
I
We
am
gotta just
so
separate
excited.
one.
Opening
Yeah.
night, doing the thing.
Doing the thing, yeah. All right, so we'll figure. All right.
I
Anyone in
also-
the chat? Anyone in the,
Yeah.
let's ask the chat. Anybody in the chat prefer any of
I
these
see
lists
X2 right there, baby. So,
that just
no.
And Jason has had a lot of Hennessy, so
let's let the chat chime in here on this. Maybe the chat has something that none of us have even considered yet.
I wanna see
But all right, so for now, all right, so we got, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. We'll have to
I also love that like my
It's
lack
an
of
eclectic
film
choice.
experience is really steering the ship on this.
It's what started this, right? Isn't that what started this?
I don't know why my chat just updated. I did not realize Eric was in here. What's up, Eric?
Yeah,
Azor
What's up?
Tiger.
I said
My
that
bad.
before.
Totally missed. Did you? I don't know why
God.
my thing didn't even. I thought when you were saying Uncle Eric, I didn't think you were talking about Azores. I thought you were talking about Magneto.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle
Magneto
Eric.
too.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Azor's Uncle Eric. Dan says, talking to Hailey, sounds like you've been. Did you guys read this? Because I missed all this stuff before. So sorry. Describe
No,
it.
I
Exactly.
have us on full screen, so
Okay,
my
all
bad.
No, I missed it too. Lin Wayne for a few names. Okay, this is out of context because it's probably a few minutes ago that this was written. Yeah, Dan's asking you if you've read any of the Marvel Bronze Age. You love the stories of Steve Englehart.
No, I've
Troy
read mostly
Thomas.
modern, and then
I see two.
silver.
X2.
Okay.
X2. All right,
All
guys,
right.
we're watching X2.
All right, X2. I'm not mad. at
Eric's
that.
in here, so like that's automatic vote for mutant.
We
whether
got
he says it or
Uncle
not,
Eric.
so that's a thing. And this movie is genuinely good.
All
You
right,
said Nightcrawler was doing good in it. I love Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Like I
Magneto
love
too.
Good.
And also, yeah, always. I mean, yes.
Also, all right. So we're doing X2 and we're doing the new Batman. That's gonna be March.
Yes.
The new Batman. Okay. All right.
So Alan, we're gonna have to
We're
put
gonna hang
the
out
original
so
Batman back
much. We're gonna be
Yeah,
best
yeah.
friends
It's on
by
the list. though,
March.
Alan. It's
By
on
the
the
way,
list.
Justin, we're gonna be best friends.
We're gonna be besties. Great.
That does not sound genuine.
We're gonna keep.
I'm super bucks. Actually, can't hang out with you.
Uncle Eric says Logan. Oops, sorry, Logan. I mean, that's something
Jump on the
eventually.
ball, man.
We
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
work
yeah,
our way
we have
there.
to
I
work our
haven't
way there.
seen anything. I've seen X-Men.
It's like the
and
last
that's it.
one.
Movie review crew 2039 is when we will make sure to book that. Something
I'll
like
just
that.
give it an A
39
plus
years old.
already.
Okay.
Mhm. Oh, PJ King talking about Englehart. Captain America is excellent. Good to know. Good to know. I need to read some more Captain America. I really should. I really enjoy that character, and I don't read enough of Captain America.
You know, I still need to read the Brubaker run.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I never said.
All right, guys. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Jason. We're gonna have to reconsider Jason.
All right, you
Come
talking-
on, man.
You're shitting on me for not reading an entire run, but a friend hits you up and buys you an issue to read and to get your feedback, but you don't read that. And I'm the bad guy.
And I'm the bad
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
100%.
This is
Okay.
Jason's origin story right here.
It might be. I mean, I've had plenty of other origin stories.
Jason-
You're talking villain.
Jason, I
origin
have to take
stories.
these. I have to take these small wins where I can get them, man. All right.
All right.
These small wins I gotta take. No, you should. You should, Jason. We'll.
No, I know.
I will literally. Yeah, we could do a show on that. Put that down for a show. I'll talk about that. It's great.
I've heard.
I'm new.
I know.
I just read it. I didn't. I mean, it's less than a year ago that I read
So
it.
why you shitting on me if you just?
Because I
read it?
got to take small wins. I tell you, anything I
He's
can.
wearing the
Yeah.
Rogers T-shirt. He has to get whatever he can.
I can do this all day. All right.
Okay. Which is musical ass.
Yeah,
freaking-
man. There it is. Boom.
That's your Captain
Good,
America.
good.
Not what's his face? Who's the actor? Damn, I'm losing his name. You know his name.
What? Hennessy? What? Oh,
Chris
yeah,
Evans.
yeah.
Chris Evans. Honestly, yeah. That's your captain. The musical captain.
Captain Morgan, what?
So great. All right. We're getting at that 2-hour mark here. We got to get ready for the after party, which is starting in about 4 minutes.
Backstage.
Yeah.
But this was awesome. I know we went way off kind of course here, as we have done the past couple of times. Yeah. But I want to thank Candice for joining us and hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. If anyone watching right now is not following Candice, I put all her information in the description below. Not all her information, but just her, her link to her Instagram. Yes, definitely follow Candice if you aren't already. And Candice, it's been so much fun always talking movies with you, shows with you, comics, like the works. So and I look forward to doing more of that with you as well. So we'd have to have you on again for sure. I like that we're having some mixed guests in here from time to time, and otherwise I appreciate you always hanging out with us even when you're in the chat. So thank you for that. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of seeing Justin's face. So
yeah, I'm same. I'm with you. And then other than that, the rest of these friends of mine here, make sure you're subbed up to them and following them. Put their information in the description below as well. So apparently we're going to be doing X2 as the next one. So we'll figure out a day/time for that, which, I mean, it's early February right now. So I don't know, maybe we can squeeze actually, no, we can't. I'm looking ahead now. We definitely can't.
Justin looked at his calendar and he was like, I just pulled it up. No time for any of you.
Yeah. 20 I try to work in Tuesdays and Thursdays, but unless we do it next week, but that's a stretch. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the 17th. I don't know, we'll see. We could talk about that more. Otherwise that's legit, legit time.
We got to do the new Batman though.
Otherwise March 4th.
Right?
Yeah, March 4th. So we'll have a little time for that, the following week or so. I assume we'll have a dentist appointment on the 8th. I don't know. All right, we'll see. Legit. All right. So other than that, any final thoughts here? Anybody wants to wrap up with before we go to the after party here? I think we covered everything for this X title. Candice, do you have anything coming up? I should ask that. Anything you want to promote or anything you got going on?
Yeah, I'm mostly just on Instagram for now. Although I've been really tempted to start, doing the reels and the lives and all that. But
yes, do it.
Well, especially Hailey's been doing so many lives. I'm like, yeah, I want to do one of those.
My lives are 2 seconds long. Just do it.
Yeah.
I was recording I was trying to do a reel or just a show what I picked up at the shop. But then I realized, since I usually don't post videos, that I forgot that they changed how long your videos can be and everything on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to just do a live or something just so you guys can actually do longer than a couple minutes. So hopefully maybe that. Otherwise, yeah, just catch me on Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. I'll pass it around because we have 2 minutes here before the after party. Hailey, anything coming up? Any shows or any highlights? I know you just dropped a video, couple of videos not too long ago.
Wow, look at me creating content. A review of Nightwing shall be coming eventually. I'm not going to promise dates because every time I do that, I fail, and then people are like, "Where are they at?" So. In the future, sometime there will be a review of Nightwing. Yeah.
You said. Yeah, that'll be good. Glad you're reading it. Glad you read it. You got to read more.
Thanks to you.
You got to read more now. 88, 87, 88, 87. You get some of the puppy action. So that's good.
Oh yeah, the puppy.
That's much.
So good.
Jason.
Yeah, I guess it's still a really unique issue though, because it's all.
Don't try to sell it on something that we're just gonna be disappointed.
She's not gonna be disappointed.
Like I said, I'm realistic.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna wait for volume 2. I'm not buying no single issues.
Okay,
this is a collected hardback.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
but it's good. More in-depth review to come.
All right. Alan, what about you? Anything coming up?
Just my normal like YouTube stuff. I'm gonna try to like do experimental like kind of content just to see what keeps. So definitely like a quote from X1 the movie. Keep your eye open.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
Love
There you
it.
go. There you go.
Love it. There you go, Eric. Yep.
Well, there you go.
True.
And I don't do Nathan, so there you go. I don't
Jason.
got no channel, no nothing. So I'm just here to hang out, enjoy some alcohol. and
Jason's
some
here for
other
the after
things.
party. He's here for the after
True.
party, man.
And I'm here to
It'd be
hang
great.
out and share some with my friends. 'Cause I ain't a content creator.
Love it.
baby.
Love it. Love it.
But I'm here for
I
it. I'm
Jason,
here
you
for
ain't
everything.
an influencer?
I make Jason be
With your
a
hashtag Mutant
influencer. Yeah.
Mondays, that's my
Yep.
favorite days, except for the work part. Yes.
Jason's basically a YouTuber. I make him be a YouTuber, even though he's not a
Yeah.
YouTuber.
I
Didn't
know,
you say
I'm gonna bring him into the YouTube channel too. So
wait? Didn't you say that you ran into somebody at a shop? They're like,
Oh
I
yeah,
saw
no,
you-
no, my regulars. So like, it's mad funny because like when I go in at a certain time, because I work from home and like these people work from home too. It all ranges in ages too. Like there's an old ass guy, there's like a middle aged guy, and it's great. But like the middle aged one, he was like, yeah, I seen you on YouTube on No Good Comics channel. I was like, yeah, man, I'm over there, you know. having a good time. He's mad
He was
Yeah,
like,
funny.
can I
basically
have your-
just house
can I have your
Jason's,
autograph?
like online presence?
Yeah.
Nah,
you just-
I'm a nobody.
Can
Check
you
out
just sign me in this?
check out these four great people because I'm just here to have a good time. That's it.
I'll bring this up in the after party. All right, gang, we're gonna wrap this up. So again, everybody in the chat right now, thanks so much for watching this. If you're watching the replay right now, appreciate that as well. Smash that like button on the way out. And I have things coming up. I have 2 shows coming up. I meant to say this. Hold on, I gotta plug this. I'm on my
There
own
you go.
show. I can plug on my own show. Come on. So 2 things. I'm talking with Sleepy Reader 666, Damien, who was in the chat here earlier for Comic Collector Origins. That show's been so much fun meeting everybody. I think a majority of you have been on the show, except actually Candice and Jason. I haven't had either of you yet, so I'm gonna put you on the list. Yeah, so I'm gonna be interviewing Damien this Saturday at 2:00, and then at 4:00, I'm also very excited to be breaking down Ultimate Spider-Man, the Brian Michael Bendis run with Victoria V. Read
Yes,
Across the
sir.
Stars, and we are being joined by 3 special guests. We are going to be joined by John from John's Comics with Kids, and we are going to be joined by his 2 daughters, Kate and Charlie,
Oh my
as well,
god, that's so
because
cute.
they loved this run. So they are very excited to
Fantastic.
talk about it.
I am so
Yeah.
showing up for that.
Yes, you should. You should. 4:00 Saturday, 4:00
awesome.
Eastern.
One of the best. One of
so-
the best runs.
It's going to be fun. Yes, I'm enjoying it. I have one more issue to go for our first. We're reading the first volume. So
Actually,
first
see
7
this
issues.
big box right here? This box right here. That's where my Ultimate Spider-Man is because
There you go.
I took it out of a short box and
dude. Like
to
it's
make-
like
So it doesn't really count because it's not actually in a short box. Is this one of yours doesn't count?
Haley,
Oh my god.
exactly. That's my exact
Cannot.
thinking when I moved it there. I was like, you know what? Because I have this 10 short box thing going on right now, and then I
I
moved
gotta show
it.
you my short boxes
whole thing,
in the
but-
after party.
But
Nice.
No,
Nice.
I
have all
want
my
to see. I
issues
want
in
to see
there.
everyone's collection. I'm here for it.
There we go. Yes,
Justin's
Perry.
top collection.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show you that.
You
Forgot
did
about-
need to show
Um,
me
Yeah,
that,
a bunch of
sir.
pops, don't you?
Perry, you are very on point there. Katie and Charlie over John, absolutely. Yeah, it's Kate and Charlie, and then
John.
some guy named John. That's who's joining us.
Some guy-
The same guy, yeah. So that should be fun. All right, guys, that's all I had to kind of add on here. It is midnight, so we're gonna get going to the after party for now. We'll be back for X2 though. So anybody that's interested and hasn't already watched it, or if you want to watch it again, watch X2, and in a couple of weeks we will break that down as well. All right, gang, we will talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.